Hello, hello, fellow student. How are we doing?
I'm doing good. I was just telling my chat how I have the best coach and they're going to make me the best Yu-Gi-Oh player in the world, right? So I do have some Yu-Gi-Oh players in my chat as well
Ooh,
that are telling me they're fans. So there you go. You've got some fans already over here, my friend.
that's lovely to hear. I hope you're not having too high hopes because I'm, of course, normally I know how to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh because I'm regularly a caster, as you are as well. So that is something I have, but of course I'm not generally a coach. But I think so far with the other two team members of Team UK, I've done a pretty decent job, and I'm very confident and hyped that we're going to have some proper results today as well for your coaching too. So, Raven, my friend, what is your experience with Yu-Gi-Oh in general? Have you watched the anime or have you played the game ever before? How does it look?
Yeah, so I've definitely watched the anime when I was
Sweet.
when I was young. My auntie used to tape the shows for me because I used to miss them all the time. So I had those. I had multiple episodes on tape that I'd watch a lot. So like
Sweet.
the first series and stuff, mainly Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
Kaiba, Pegasus, and so on. Those stuff. Is it was it Battle City? Is that the right? Was it?
Yes.
Yes.
Totally right.
Yeah.
Totally right term, even. Yeah.
Yeah,
Indeed
so
is.
I thought like all that was really cool, like those early seasons and stuff was awesome. However, even though I've played a lot of card games, one of my main jobs is revolving around a card game. I've never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, right? But yeah, I've never played. I had the cards as a kid, but because they were some cards and I was a little kid, I just didn't really know how to play, sort of
Sure.
thing. But I think that's what makes games like this cool now, right? Like nowadays, not like when I was young. You can get games like this where it's free to play, you can log in, try it, right, and have fun
Yeah.
with it. So I think it's pretty sick.
That's the insane advantage of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, that you can, like, I think that has been common practice as well over the last couple of years now since Master Duel exists, that basically people go into Master Duel first to try out a deck before then actually purchasing it
Right.
in real life in the actual TCG, because that's just a free way to try it out beforehand. And I think that's a cool testing ground. And it's also, of course, now for you, before even buying any cards, a good testing ground to get in touch with the game in general. I think that's really nice.
Yeah, 100%. I was just telling my chat that I'm looking forward to starting the game with someone to just help me out, and because I think I know the base rules of the game and like how sort of the rough back and forth works,
Yeah.
but I think one thing that got me a little bit was when you look at the sort of top tier gameplay, it looks a little bit intimidating. Now, that might not be the case once you just play yourself and sort of get into it, because obviously everything looks intimidating that you don't understand. But I think I think having you here to help me is gonna make me really really start to understand the sort of further than just I know how the base cards work level of things, which is good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, when you're looking at world championship gameplay, of course, in any, as you
Yeah.
say, in any kind of category, in any kind of game, it will, of course, look crazy what these guys are doing. And I think in Yu-Gi-Oh! That can also be sometimes a little bit overwhelming. But since the whole tournament concept here of our Continental Clash also is for every team involving players that are beginners in the game and that are learning the game, I think we don't need to be afraid of that necessarily, because our opponents are also going to be on a beginner level. So I
Yep.
think even if we only make a little bit of progress and get you to, like, let's say a 50 out of 100, then you should already be like in a really good situation for the tournament that is ahead of us. And I'm confident we can get to that
Yeah,
point for
just
sure.
make me not terrible. Okay, that is the level we're aiming for right now.
All right. So why don't you screen share your
Yep,
screen here on the Discord, and then I'll get that up on my side as well.
there we
And
go.
then we will get into the basics, basically, by going into the tutorial. Let me get that over here. Boop, boop.
Just let me know if that's good for you.
Yeah, perfectly good.
Cool.
I'll just have it in the in-game scene now as well, and that is you. Nice. So I think the easiest we will do it is to just simply go into the solo mode and play the tutorial, and then I will, of course, on top of the tutorial, also give you my 2 cents and give you a little bit more of an advanced explanation on things. And
Yep.
that's, I think, how we get started the very best here.
Sounds good. Let's dive into the first one.
Wait. So, We are going second. Oh no, not like this.
I was going to say that's interesting, right? Because that is something that comes up across different card games. Is it better to go first or second in any given game? So, do you generally want to go first in Yu-Gi-Oh?
You want to go first for sure. There
Okay.
is dedicated strategies to going second.
Mhm.
None of those are in the tournament though. Like the 5 decks that are, because for the viewers as well, there is 5 decks between the players can pick. All of them are going first orientated, and you
Okay.
want to make sure to go first.
Cool.
All right. So this is just a tutorial game. Normally you would start with 8,000 life points, but this is only with 2,000 because it's for demonstration. But the 8,000 and 2,000, that is still, since the beginning and to this day, the win condition. The person that knocks out the opponent's life points first, in this case 2,000, in a regular game of Yu-Gi-Oh! 8,000 life points, is going to win the game. So that is there is a couple of exceptions, like there is some alternate win cons, but in 99% of the games you will decide who wins by who has no life points left in their tank anymore. So and then we're getting into monster cards. There is different variants of monster cards, but the one you have here is just a regular normal monster. We call this a vanilla, as like the color also is like a little bit vanilla, white-ish, or like rather yellowish, and you can just summon it out here as the game wants you to do so. So when you look at the card, there is a couple of things to recognize, and it's also like there in this pop-out window there on the left. The level, this one is a level 4.
Okay.
And there is anything from level 1 to level 12. Monsters from 1 to 4 can be normal summoned out without paying any tribute. You can just summon them out as it just tries you to do here. Then 5 to 6 will have you pay 1 tribute. One monster on the field needs to be tributed to normal summon that out. And then 7 and higher would even require you to tribute 2 monsters for it.
Okay. And can that be any monster, regardless of the monster you want to tribute's level? That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's just 2 things or 1 thing you have to tribute to do them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Totally no requirements beyond just being a monster that you want to tribute.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so then, and then the other thing, of course, you see there, the one thing is a sword, the other thing is like a shield. Pretty easy to understand, attack and defense. And I think this is pretty... this is a main difference in Yu-Gi-Oh! To other card games, because you just go ahead and summon it onto the field to already have it sit there. Basically, the zones also, as a general statement, it doesn't matter. Just summon them into one zone. That's completely fine. Like there is some decks and some niche situations where the zones matter, but in general, it doesn't matter where you summon those.
Right. Cool.
So and now the thing is, in Yu-Gi-Oh, the battle is very specific because first of all, when there is a monster on the opponent's side of the field, you need to attack a monster before you can attack the life points directly. So there is no direct attack before you knocked out all of the opponent's monsters.
Okay.
And then when you go into the battle phase, so let's try to do that. That's that blue thing glowing. Yep. That's basically your command center on switching phases. You start with the drawing phase where you draw a card for turn. Then standby phase, there's not much happening there. Main phase is where you summon monsters and do all the other stuff. And battle phase is where you battle. That's also important because there is no going back and forth. I know for example, in other games, you can do some things first and then you go battle and then you go... Yeah. But here it's really dedicated to just the battle phase where you are able to battle.
Cool.
So let's go in there. And then the thing is, it always depends on the position the monster is in. So you can only attack when your monster is in attack position. That's quite simple.
Yep.
But then how the battle resolves is going to depend on what the position of the other monster is. So if you're battling a monster that is also in attack position, like this one here, we can try attacking that monster as it also tries to do us. It is going to compare attack points with attack points. So they had 1,500 attack points, and therefore you did 300 damage to their life points. If this monster would have been a defense position, though, and let's say it also had 1,500 defense points, there is no damage to the life points because it only is going to have life points damage when both monsters are in attack position.
Right. So that's the value of it can't attack, but it soaks a full hit regardless of how hard it gets hit, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
And also another thing that is quite unique to Yu-Gi-Oh! After this battle, everything about the battle is forgotten. You see, your monster still sits there, 1800 attack points, 0 defense points. So there's like, the moment the battle is over, there is like, it doesn't remember any of the damage or anything. Your opponent now again needs a monster with 1000 attack points to actually get rid of it.
Okay, and so no damage permanence. It all.
Yeah.
So basically, once the an attack starts, everything is just resolved within that one attack, and then it's basically a fresh reset onto it again.
Exactly. And also, this situation was very simple, as it was just one monster on your side and one monster on your opponent's side. There is also never, like, even if there would be multiple options on the opponent's field, it's always 1v1. You, as the attacker, decide, hey, I'm attacking with this monster, and you're also deciding on the attack target. So there's like, your opponent cannot get in between with another monster or something. You, as the attacker, always are in charge and say, hey, my monster is attacking your monster, this on this.
Right, so the battle phase is basically a lot of instances of single 1v1s, basically. Like, in a very sort of base level way to explain it, but yeah.
No, for sure.
Okay, got it.
Absolutely correct. Okay, so this was all we had to do here in the turn, and yeah, then you always go back to the blue thingy there, and you just go with your faces, and your opponent comes in now, and they have a monster with 1800 attack points as well. What would you imagine? What could happen now with two monsters that have the same stat line here? Those two 1,800 attack point monsters.
There's two possible outcomes in the way the game's rules can work. Either nothing happens, or they both get destroyed. I would be. Well, I guess there's an odd one where like they could have it so an attacker always wins or a defender always wins. But I would guess it's either. With this game and the way it works, I feel like both get destroyed. It's just a clash and there's no winners.
Yu-Gi-Oh is an aggressive game.
Yeah,
so
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So this would actually mean both monsters would be destroyed. We did draw a spell card, though. Spell cards also immediately recognizable by the color. They are this bluish color, and there is different kind of spell cards. This one is just a normal spell. Normal spell cards you can only use in your main phase. I say main phase, but you actually have two main phases. There's the main phase 1, then you go into the battle phase, and then you have a main phase 2 as well. So this is your two possible windows to activate those. And this is a very easily written one as well. Destroy the one face-up monster the opponent controls with the highest defense. If there only is one, it is going to destroy that Neo bug that they have. So let's just do that here. And there is going to be other spell card types later on as well, which we then elaborate further on. Like there is quick spell, like in other games as well. There is quick play spell cards, there's continuous spell cards, and so on. Yeah, pretty.
With this, just as a sort of random question, from my anime knowledge, as well as the just what it says on the card here, or the options it gave me, I can set spells. In a world where I have 5 spells set, can I just not play this? Does there have to be space? Yeah.
Yeah, there always needs to be space. And we will get into this a little bit further when we get into the next card type, which is going to be trap cards, because then like we are going to talk about the factor of setting cards and stuff a little bit more.
Okay, cool.
But this should already be your first victory in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh!
100% win rate. That's what I'm talking about. I've never lost a game in my life.
Let's hope we can keep it like that.
I can already see as well with these creatures that why the health pool in like PvP is 8,000 and not 2,000.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. And also note, those were normal monsters. When there is normal monsters, of course, there is also going to be something that is effect monsters. And I'm sure when you have followed some modern Yu-Gi-Oh, the normal monsters are still around somewhere, but most of the time you are going to be dealing with effect monsters, because why would you have a normal monster when you could also just have something that does something?
Yeah, it's like a no text plain stat stick versus something that actually does stuff, right? It makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
Oh, we're going first. Perfect.
Oh. I love that your chat is saying upcoming world champion 100%.
They know me.
Retire now.
Yeah, they know me. Just keep the 100% win rate. That's my view.
Just retire now. Okay, so we have discovered something new, and that is trap cards. And trap cards are they have a significant difference to spell cards. first of all, they have that red color, so they're easily recognizable. But they have the downside of you have to set them before you can activate them, and that means they have to be on the field for 1 turn already. So it's not like you set them and immediately activate them, but they have to chill on the field for 1 turn. So that means they are just inherently slower than spell cards.
Yeah. So they require more planning and preparation, sort of thing, which makes sense for them being called trap cards.
Exactly. And so with trap cards, you need to set, and again, it doesn't really depend. It doesn't really matter which column you use here. The thing is, you can then get into a little bit of a faking game with your opponent, where you only have spell cards. So in general, spell cards, like the normal spell card that you can only use on your turn, there is no real reason to ever set it, because you're only making it vulnerable on the field, because your opponent could destroy it on the field, and in your hand it's much safer. But you could use it as a bluffing tool to say, hey, I may have a trap card, so you should be careful of what you're doing here right now, even though it's just a normal spell card that you didn't want to, that you couldn't even activate in the first place.
Yeah, and if they're set, they still follow the rules of you could just use it from that point onwards in a main phase, right? If that's the type of spell it is, obviously. Okay, cool. So the only downside is the card can potentially be targeted, and also it takes up a slot, but it could be targeted from your opponent, but it's a good bluff. Okay.
Yeah, I think the taking up space is not necessarily that big of a deal. I think you're not.
You can tell my lack of experience. I'm like, oh, I've only got 5 slots. No,
it's fine. I mean, you're asking a lot of questions, and that's beautiful. That's perfect.
Okay, let's play you.
And so far, we didn't have the option to do any further. But also, on the first turn, there is no battle phase.
That makes
that's
sense.
What it tells
you.
Yeah. You can only directly go.
Going first is already quite good by the sounds of it. So.
That's true. And so normal summoning, which is all we have done so far, there's a limit to it, and you can only normal summon once per turn.
Okay.
But now that you have set up the trap card, your opponent is running right into it, because the trap card, let's read over it, the skill successor, just simply says, very easy, target 1 face-up monster you control, it gains 4 in attack until the end of this turn. And with trap cards, now that they had to be set for 1 turn, from here on out, they are way more flexible than spell cards, because you can activate them in the main phase, you can activate them in the battle phase, you can, even now that they're set for a turn, you can activate them on your main phase, on your own battle phase. So when they have had that cooldown time, they are just like so much more flexible than a normal spell cards.
Yeah, this is good. I'll be honest, I didn't clock the 1 turn it needs to be set for is my turn.
Yes,
I was like, does it have to come back to me before I can use it? And then obviously we'll know it's a trap card. It's going to be likely used on their turn, right? Or yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And
it's one of those ones where you learn it when you see it. You know, when it needs to happen. Okay, so I want to give you the extra, and now we win. Get wrecked.
Sweet. Get wrecked. Okay, goes back to you. Let's see what we can find here. And another thing about trap cards, and you will notice that in the second you go into the main phase here. Trap cards, there is certain trap cards that have graveyard effects, as the game also tells you right now. And Skill Successor is one of those. So in general, the graveyard, that is also different to a lot of other games, you always can view what's in your graveyard, and in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Oftentimes, the graveyard becomes like an added resource to your hand. It's like an extended hand, basically, where you can just activate more things after they've already been going into the graveyard and after they have already left the field. And this one, for example, says, as you can read here, during your turn, except the turn was sent there, you can banish it to even once more have that attack boosting, and this time even a bigger one on one of your monsters.
Wow, that's crazy. And does this, when can this be used? Do I get asked to use this, like, in the same way? Is this like a permanent trap card in this instance? Like, when can I actually use this? Because it says I could activate it now, but that wouldn't... Was that just going to give me 800 attack now?
It would immediately give you 800 attack until the end of the turn. So, trap cards, the thing is, even in the graveyard, they don't lose that speed. So like they can be
Okay.
used on both players' turn
Wow.
and even from the graveyard. This one in particular says during your turn, so it has that limitation. But
Yeah.
in general, if it wouldn't have that, and a lot of other cards don't, you could even do that from the graveyard on your opponent's turn. And there is examples to that also that have been played in the meta before. And in general, I think that is where the online simulator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is so helpful. You just like you will always have that glowing yellow color when there is something that you are able to do.
Oh,
Sometimes
that's
it can
good.
also be tricky because then it wants you to do something that isn't necessarily good to do, but it will at least always you're not forgetting it because you get the reminder. Oh, there is something I can do right now.
Yeah, you know
So,
it's possible. Then it's your choice
yeah.
whether you want to do it, right? Like that's the thing. Okay.
Totally.
These
And-
effects seem really strong from the graveyard. Like like I said, I have a very, very low level of knowledge of the game, but I did not know that was a thing, and this seems very strong to be able to get sort of replay cards almost from the graveyard. It's sick.
Yeah, it is. So there is, I would say, trap cards with graveyard effects. There is like 10% of the overall trap card of the overall trap cards in the game have that, and it would always have to state on the card that there also is a graveyard effect. So it's not like any trap card also has a graveyard effect. It's just
Right.
the ones that actively state it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll activate this because it's telling me to,
Yes, go on.
and this just gets a massive boost to. Okay, this is really good.
Yep. And you could have technically also done that in the battle phase, but that doesn't make much of a difference here in this situation right now. And then we have also spotted now effect monsters. So this is this orange color. It has effect next to it, and this one is also super easy. Says it gains 400 attack while you have one or less cards in your hand. Well, there is not many cards left after you summon it, so this will go up by 400.
Ah, okay, I see. So yeah, these are the stronger types, right? Because they do something other than just being the attack or defense. I see.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Okay,
And then there is like there's all kind of effects, and we're definitely going to get into that later on as well. Like there's on summon effects, there's continuous effects like this one that is just going to be applying as long as it is on the field, and there's also situational effects that have like a special trigger, basically. For example, when this monster is being attacked or something like that, there could be a trigger, or when this card is sent to the graveyard, and then, you have different kind of triggers like that, and we'll always have those triggers basically set on the card. It's going to be written on the card when that's going to be applied. All right, 2 out of 2.
Yeah, 200% win rate now, because that's definitely how win rate works.
I'm sure it does.
Okay.
Okay, and now the most crucial one, because this is going to be one where we will have the regular rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually applying, at least when we are looking at the starting hands, because this is how a regular game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Goes, with 5 cards in your opening hand. We're still not there for the life points just yet. It's only 4,000 life points, but this is going to be at least 5 cards in hand as it is in a regular game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then we note the going first player, because it already is quite the advantage of going first, does not draw an extra card, and then the going second player does draw a 6th card when they start their turn. Okay, let's go through those cards.
Should we start the monsters? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So this one's straightforward, right? That's just a dude.
Totally.
As is this one. Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
And then we saw this earlier, which seems like a really good card to just nope an opponent, which is good.
Yep.
This seems really good. And field spell does. Wait, is that just on? Does that just sit there and just work every turn until someone does something about it?
Yes. Field spells are something that are continuously applying the entire time, and when you see the word field spell, it does even mean that there is a special zone for it. As you see here, there is basically another zone next to your 5 monster zones. That is the field spell zone. So just try activating the sorcerer's spell wall here. So that is another type of spell cards.
I see.
And both players can only always control one field spell. But also when you're for example trying to activate another field spell, that is just going to activate the new one and the previous one goes into the graveyard.
Okay.
But that is continuously applying. Some field spells even apply to both players, but it would state that on the player. This one, for example, only goes for your own monsters.
This seems really good. Okay. Or at least really good with my level of Yu-Gi-Oh! Knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is just, plus 300 attack on your turn and plus defense on your opponent. Seems great. Okay, so...
Trust me, it's amazing. It would easily be in the World Champions deck.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. So, this one as well looks very good.
Yeah. I mean, it is very, very good. It was actually, like, that card is... Most of those cards, and also this card, is, like, 20 plus. At this point, probably 25 years old. And
okay,
this definitely saw play in, like, even meta decks, because it's a really, really good card that can just deal... like, the cool thing about Dust Tornado is, first of all, it can deal with some things like the field spell here that is presented to you, but also, when you set it as a trap card, it gives you the ability to then be activated in the end phase. So far, when we went into the end phase the entire time, that basically always only meant that we were ending our turn. But the end phase also is where quick effects or trap cards can be activated. So when your opponent is setting one of their trap cards, or a possible bluff, or at least they are setting something into the spell and trap zone, you then at the end of a turn with Dust Tornado can basically snipe it out and destroy it before they would ever have the chance to activate it. Because when they have a trap card, they couldn't even activate it.
Yeah, I like that. So we should set this, right? This seems good to just have.
Totally.
Okay, cool. And then you said we can only summon one per turn, right? So in this scenario, and I know this is a very basic scenario, but is there any great reason that we wouldn't just summon the biggest one out of the two?
So when you summon the small one first, they might decide to go in with one of their, like, for example, with something that is 1700, and then you could go in with your 1800 guys. So you would
you can attack straight away, can't you?
They can, they can.
Yay. But like, if I play a monster, I can attack with it that turn.
Yes.
Right.
You are now turn 1, so you have no battle phase. But after that, every single time there is no waiting on any monster. There is no cooldown or something like that. You can always attack the very first turn the monster.
Okay, I need to drill that into my brain because that makes more sense then, right? Because they could play like, oh, I've got a 1700 monster, so I'll do that, beat yours, but then I can just follow it up with this one, no problem, right? Okay. So you know, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just do this.
Yeah, just try it out. Let's see where it brings us.
And then this.
And also,
it's
boosted,
Oh yeah, of course, because that crazy spell. This, it's worth us just holding on to, right? We don't need to set this for any real gain.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. No battle phase, so we just go to end phase. It's turn 1. Got it.
Perfect. So they have D-Spell, another old school classic. And here, I think, so they are activating D-Spell. Let's hover over their D-Spell to get it up.
Oh, sorry. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. So this basically just says target one face-up spell and destroy that target. And they are trying to destroy our field spell with it. And here, as you're already, like, the game gives you the option to chain your Dust Tornado. But here is a common beginner mistake that we want to avoid. Destroying a card does not necessarily negate its effect. Like, D-Spell is already on the chain, is already resolving, and is a normal spell card. So when you would now chain your Dust Tornado, destroying the D-Spell, all that would happen is you would destroy the D-Spell that would be leaving the field after it is done its duty anyways. And because the D-Spell already basically is activated and resolving, as there is no, like, in Yu-Gi-Oh! The card does not need to stay face up to resolve, then you would, like, still lose your own spell cards. So destroying does not equal negating. There's cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! That negate, and there's cards that destroy, and destroying is absolutely not the same as negating.
Okay, so let me just see if I can wrap my head around this. The chain in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is it starts with the first card played and then moves down, as opposed to going with the latest card played and then going down. Does that sound right?
No, it would still be like D-Spell right now is Chain Link 1, as it also has that 1 on it. And if you would activate the Dust Tornado here, it would still be Chain Link 2, and it would also be resolving, like, the chain resolves backwards. Chain Link 2 resolves first, Chain Link 1, so, like, I think in most other games it is as well. But still, like, the important thing is, like, just, it has been a meme in the game for forever, that, like, that is the most common beginner mistake, that you're like, oh, I'm negating this with my card that destroys it. But that doesn't
so it's the difference between destroy and negate. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool. Okay, because I was a bit confused because I expected the chain to go in the order you've just confirmed that it does, and I thought it went the opposite way in this. But
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's just because this says destroy a card, but who cares if it's destroyed? It's already been activated, basically, right?
Yes.
So, okay, I understand. So we do not want to use that, right?
Correct.
Okay, I am not a complete noob anymore. Got it.
So they have summoned Kuri Bandit, which is a cool retreat of Kuribo. Do you remember Kuribo?
Oh
from
yeah, I
the
love
anime?
Kuribo. Yeah. For sure, remember.
At this point, I think it has probably like, I don't know, 50 retreats or something, and that is one of them. And this one's kind of cool, as in the end phase, it will tribute itself, and then look at the top 5 cards. And if you activate the spell or trap card, you can add that to your hand, and the rest goes to the graveyard. You can't really do anything about that. But now, as we are in the end phase, which also, like, you always see, of course, on the stone which phase we're currently in, this is probably where activating your Dust Tornado could be quite nice, because you could deal with that set card before it would ever have any impact.
Yeah, so we can actually just go for this. Wait, hang on. Oh, effect activation. Select a card. So wait, hang on, I'm so confused. I picked the one in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
And so Dust Tornado also gives you the option, additionally, to set a spell trap from your hand. But there was no reason to set the Smashing Guard in the first place, so there also is not much reason to do it now.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people click things to click it, right? It's like, oh, do stuff.
Yes.
Right, oh, I can do stuff, I should do it, right? Yeah. Okay,
100%.
now this is going to do its effect. Makes sense.
And they have found spells and traps, and they add the remove trap to their hand. Okay.
Oh, and the rest go to
goes
the graveyard, okay.
Okay, and we have picked up Tune Warrior, which is going to bring us to another very, very important lesson. Because let's get Tune Warrior up. By the way, if you want to pay closer attention to a card, you can just click on the image on the left there. And then you will get like a full, like, that's with normal monsters it's not as important, but with effect monsters it's easier to just read them like that.
Yeah.
And there is a very important thing that we haven't had with any of the other cards so far on this one. Can you spot it?
Hang on. Now I can't remember. I need to look at the other ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this tuner thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I just needed to double check. I was like, was that on other cards? Okay.
So tuner is something that is going to get us into a whole different complex of the game. Because when you go out of this view right now and go back to the field, one thing that has also changed since the last 2 duels, and you can already see it right here. What could that be?
Is it this deck?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was wondering before. I was like, there's 2 decks, but I'm gonna stay quiet till I'm told what to do with it.
Yeah, this is called the Extra deck, and the Extra deck is a bunch of monsters that you can special summon from there. And it's 0 to 15 cards. And in modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks, you're always going to go with 15, because why not use all the options that you're given?
Right.
And then there is different summoning mechanics, and we're going through them one by one. And it's basically an extension of your deck with cards that are always available, because you don't have to draw them. They are going to be there already at the start of the duel, all 15 cards. And some are easier to summon, some are harder to summon, but they will always be there as an option for you in different game states, essentially.
Okay.
And the first summoning mechanic we're getting into has to do with the tuner that we just drew. And that is the white one at the very top, the Mighty Warrior. The Mighty Warrior is a synchro monster. And a synchro monster, it's actually quite easy to summon a synchro monster, because all you need, it also says on there, and that goes for all synchro monsters, is 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monster. And then the levels of the monsters, they have to add up to the exact number of the synchro monster. So this
no,
is a synchro
maths.
6.
My one
Yes,
weakness.
yes, we will have to do math. Ay, ay, ay. Not another one on Team UK with math weaknesses. Ay, 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 I can't have this anymore.
Oh, okay, though. Okay, I see here. So, I'm going to probably jump the gun here. But we could play Toon Warrior, which is 3. This has 3. And if I click this, 3 plus 3 equals 6.
Okay.
Am I learning?
Well. That seems like a plan.
Okay, I like that plan. So we summon it. Oh, and this is glowing because I can do it. Okay.
Yes.
In terms of stepping away from me learning the game, but in terms of just game design and like UI, I like it because I need to be reminded of this stuff.
Very beginner friendly for sure, yeah.
So I yeah, okay, and this makes sense, right? I can't do anything else with these because I'm not in the battle phase, and if I go to the battle phase, I can't do this summon. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that is correct. So it gives you the option to do the other thing as well. We are going to pass up on this for now, as we will be learning about link summoning a little later. So let's just go with the synchro summon for the moment.
Got it. Select the card. Yeah. And yeah.
And so monsters that you use for synchro summon, they will go to the graveyard.
Okay, so they're just okay, yep, makes sense. I'm just gonna assume. Oh,
yeah, there is something changing as well. There is now the 2 extra monster zones available as well. So we're summoning from the extra deck, so these zones become available.
Oh,
These mainly have to do with link monsters, though. So link monsters definitely always need to go into the extra monster zone first. And because that is the case, and you also have link monsters in your deck, you usually want to summon everything else still in the main monster zones to not block your link zones, not your extra monster zones.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Oh, we got a little synchro animation. Okay, I like it. I like it.
There we go, Mighty Warrior.
Okay, and sorry, I didn't even read what this guy did. So obviously we know about the summon. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the destroyed one. Oh, that's quite nice, right? Because if we won a battle by like 100 points, we would have only done 100 damage. But this just halves the attack and then applies it.
Yep.
Oh, okay, quite like that. Still don't need to play this smashing ground, so we just move on.
Yep, perfect.
Oh yeah, I can just punch him.
Decent damage in, yes. We have no monsters, so we can attack directly.
Got him.
Almost
I like the what would you call it? Like the arena animations as well when this stuff happens. It's kind of cool.
There's some real beauties in that. Like the coolest one out of them all. You probably do remember like Blue Eyes White Dragon from the anime alone.
Of course, yeah.
And there is like a special animation when Blue Eyes White Dragon attacks for game, and it's like that white storm that they are punching out and everything. It's so cool.
Okay, that
like a lightning bolt just flying over into the opponent's face. It's such a nice one.
Yeah, I'm liking the way this works already, and this is the tutorial basic background with basic cards. So like, I am sure there is plenty to offer.
There is.
Tribute 1 monster, then target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Okay, this seems okay, but just to jump the gun, we can just smashing ground and smack him, right? Oh wait, yeah.
I like where your mind is. That would immediately be the game. I need to step in as the educational teacher that I am here, though. And as we are trying to get into the other summoning mechanics later on as well, I would like you to just summon out the monster that you also have there.
Yep.
And then we're delaying things a little bit because we want to get into the other summoning mechanics later on as well. So you can set the trap card too, but we're even not destroying their monster. We play with our opponent here.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we go to battle and just skip, right? Oh, we don't need main phase too. Okay.
You could have even immediately clicked end phase. Like if you, for example, if there is no business of being in the battle phase because there is no battles to be won or anything, then you can just straight go into the end phase.
So you don't actually have to move through the phases if you don't want to for whatever reason. Okay.
It will just skip them for you, yeah.
We don't want to do this, right?
Nope.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm guessing still nope. Because we don't want to lose our monsters, right?
Exactly. And let's go. We got another normal monster. So not the strongest, I'll say, and also with 0 attack points, not necessarily something you usually want to summon in attack position. But one very important rule: every single extra deck mechanic that we are going to use here, you need to have monsters face up on the field for. So with monsters that are face down, you cannot link summon, you cannot synchro summon, you cannot exceed summon, which we're also going to get into. So for that, you need to now, as we are trying to go into another extra deck mechanic, normal summon in attack position, yes.
Okay. Can you do it if they're face up but in defense? Or not?
Yes, you can.
You can. So yeah. So this is mainly if you're instantly summoning them, wanting to do something with them, you have to do this because it's the only way to have them hit face up on the board that turn, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm guessing I'm going to click this shiny little deck over here.
Let's go for it.
Oh, I can click this and it'll give me my options, right? I see.
Totally. So this is Link Monsters. And Link Monsters, honestly, they are decently similar to Synchro Monsters, but honestly even easier because they have a link rating, and that link rating is prominently displayed there on the bottom of the card. It says link rating 2, link rating 3, link rating 3, and this is basically just the requirement for it. You only need 2 monsters, you only need 3 monsters. That's as easy as it is. And then there is that add-on rule of you are able to combine link monsters into a higher link monster. So for example, if you're trying to summon a link 3 monster, you're also instead able to use 1 link 2 plus 1 regular monster, or if you have a link 4 monster even, 2 link 2s could work together, or link 3 and a regular monster. You can just basically combine the link rates to climb up.
Okay. That's sort of making sense. That's one where I'm definitely going to have to do it a few times.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, so
which try one out.
Does it matter? We've got 3, we've got 2 plus, and we've got 1 with tons of text.
This one is an effect. Yeah, so this one has a requirement, actually. That's why we couldn't do it last turn yet. It needs 2 normal monsters as link material. That's why we couldn't do it with our Synchro monster, and we had to wait for a turn to get another monster out. And it's also not that big. It's only 1400, so you would basically be linking away your stronger monster for it. So that's not necessarily going to be recommended, but
I like this guy.
The traffic ghost he looks cool, but also for 3 monsters, only getting an 1800 out of it is not the greatest either. So probably your strongest option is the Gaia here, yeah.
Oh yeah, for just better stats, right?
Yes.
I see. Okay. And I want the 2 normies, right?
This is a link 3, so you would have to get rid of all 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
I would say not the strategically strongest play, but we are trying to link some.
Okay, that's where I was quiet for a second, because I was like, this doesn't look very good. Okay, well, okay, wait, this looks good. The animation's sick, but like, I'm sure we had better just having all 3 there. But okay, you're teaching me the link summons. I 100% get it. Okay, and what do I need to know about these arrows?
Yes.
Or is that for a later day?
No. That's definitely for now already. So, as you now saw, you were only able to special summon it into the extra monster zone. As I told you earlier, link monsters can only go into that. So there is 2 of them, 1 on both sides. And basically, when you're the first player to summon into an extra monster zone, you can choose which one to go for. But then the other one is for your opponent. So like you choose one first, and then the other one can be occupied by your opponent. And now, when you want to summon another link monster, you can only summon it into a zone that another link monster is pointing to. So your Gaia Saber is pointing left and right. There is no zones left and right, so you cannot make any use of that. But it's also pointing down. So if you would summon another link monster right now, it could only be in that one zone that it's pointing to.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you something. If you asked me to guess that mechanic, I would never have guessed it, if I'm being honest. Okay, but that's okay. So you can actually, you only have 1 slot to start, but you can actually increase the space you have for them by linking them, which makes sense with the name. Okay, got it. Okay, that's interesting.
I was so hopeful when you started the sentence. You're like, oh, I would have actually, even if you would have not explained to me, I was like, yeah, he would have known.
But... Yeah, I think it's because I haven't played before, I have
Yeah.
no good grasp of like how far the mechanics can go. Right? Does that
That's
make
fair.
sense? Like, I think
No,
it's
totally.
cool though. Yeah, I think it's cool because at first I was thinking, oh, if I just put 2 link monsters out quickly, I'd take these 2 zones and my opponent's in trouble. But that can't happen, right? But now these arrows make me have the ability to potentially like spread out with more. That's okay. That's like it's like a game within a game, that isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and let me tell you, we are not getting at all to that point in the Continental Clash, or like the decks that we are using aren't able to do that.
Okay.
But there were decks in the past which would be able to basically then crawl from one extra monster zone to the other, and then basically be occupying both of them. Because when you're getting a monster that points up to the zone underneath the right extra monster zone now as well, you could basically form that U, and then you are allowed to occupy both of them if you can link your way all the way to it.
That's
And then you're kind of
hilarious.
locking your opponent out of link monster zones, which is or link monsters in total, which is really fun.
Yeah, that is really, it is like a sort of side game being played
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
same
yeah.
time because your opponent won't want to let you do that potentially, but if they're not focused around it and you are, there's a chance. Okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Right. So, do we want to win or are we doing more continuing?
You can do your thing now.
Okay, so smashing. Wait, let me reread this. With the highest defense. That looks like a good card to play.
I think you may have wanted to do that in the exact different order, because if you would have destroyed the Giant Soldier of Stone by battle first, you would have done 1300 points of damage, and then you could have still done the Smashing Ground on the remaining monster, as then it would have been then the monster with the highest defense. understand?
Oh, right, okay.
Because you can also in main phase 2 use the Smashing Ground. It's not a biggie, but it would have been a little bit more damage.
No,
overall.
no, that makes sense. Yeah. So at this point, because this needs, I have to tribute, I can just go to the battle phase and attack, right?
Yes, for sure.
No. Yeah. I see. Okay. Then we can just end.
Also, whenever it is giving you the option to activate your Ballista Squad or to activate basically anything, right-clicking will do. You don't need to always find the cancel button. You can just right-click, which probably makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Right?
Perfect. Again, fantastic little design choice.
Yeah.
Target 1. Wait, what is this doing? Let me have a little look. Target 1 non-token normal monster you control.
Ooh.
Tribute that monster, and if you do, destroy the monster your opponent controls.
Okay, so... Well, activate... Like, well, technically, what would happen if you would chain your Ballista Squad now?
Would everything... Oh, I didn't mean to press that! Oh my god. I'm an idiot.
So-
Okay, so if I did the ballista... Let me think. So it would technically cancel out their plan because there wouldn't be a monster to destroy, but I would have just destroyed my own monster anyway, so it would have just like neutral cancelled anything, so it wouldn't be worth doing, right? That was
Yes,
my take.
luckily that was the outcome. Yeah,
Okay,
luckily
right, okay.
the result would have been not activating the Ballista Squad.
Yes, okay, so my thought pattern of how the chain works and how those cards interact makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You basically, if you would have activated it, you would have only lost your own Ballista Squad.
Yes,
and
yes.
You want to keep that around, of
Yeah,
course.
the
So
outcome would have just been the same.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, we've not got tons of options.
Well, I brought you into a real battle with that bot now. I'm
know,
sorry that
yeah,
we may be... Oh no, we're maybe losing our win rate here. Ay.
No, we're fine. I believe someone once said heart of the cards.
Okay.
And it will be okay.
I hope so as well. Oh, that's a good pickup.
Oh, what do you do? Hang on. Activate this card.
So-
take one from your grip,
Yeah, go on.
destroy
read
that
it.
monster. When this card leaves when the monster is when the monster is destroyed, Oh.
So this will just reborn one of the monsters from your graveyard. And this is a new card type as well, as this is a continuous trap card. That means it will stay on the field as long as it is destroyed in any kind of way.
Oh, okay. And for
So
for continuous traps, I know this is probably unlikely to happen, but now I'm just thinking of rules questions. Could, can I put a new trap on top of a trap that's already there, and that would replace it? Or if it's there, and that's just the way it is until it's gone?
yeah, it will block the zone.
Okay.
It will be staying there.
Cool. Okay, so I can play that. There's a chance.
What do you mean there's a chance? You're able to bring back one of your most powerful monsters with it.
So is this okay? Is this worth doing now to like basically block an attack, or is it better to wait on my turn so I can summon it and then just attack?
I like your way of thinking. So I think it's definitely not correct to do it now, because you can always do it in the battle phase if you're really afraid of the attack.
Yeah.
But also, maybe you're okay with just simply taking these two monster attacks because your life points will be okay with it.
Yeah.
And then try to maybe win the game later on.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Did this card just flip its attack and defense?
Yeah, it's that's its flip effect. It flipped it up, and then you can switch the original attack and defense of one face-up Earth monster on the field.
Oh my god.
That's what it did.
Right. If my math is correct, we still live this.
We are.
We're fine. Okay. So I can take this hit as well. That's fine.
Yeah. It's going down to the wire, but for now we're still fine.
So they're gonna flip now. Okay.
They're flipping them both back face down. That's the effect of that.
Okay.
Ghost. Which is still okay.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
not a
be
big
fine.
deal.
Does it matter much if I would do this now or at the start of my turn?
Not really, no. You can do both. It's fine.
Okay, I'll do it now. Right, and I want my big boy, right?
Probably.
I think.
Or maybe the Mighty Warrior could also be a consideration, because this would even if you destroy a face down monster in that case, it would deal damage to their life points.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with that.
Then let's get that Mighty Warrior instead.
Okay. We don't need to do these.
Don't think so now.
Okay. God, this has got a bit tense for a tutorial game. If you control no monster, special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster.
Oh, we get punished for doing it in the end phase already. Because
we could have done that first, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know,
we...
though. Okay. Right. So, if I click this, I can just use this now?
You could, but do you really need it?
Yeah, I guess not, no. We don't need this. And this does nothing, right? Because we control a monster. Okay.
As long as you have a monster, it doesn't, yep. So, they're both the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter which one you go for.
This doesn't matter now, right? The extra damage doesn't change anything, right?
When you're battling against defense position monsters, it doesn't matter anyways. And like the effect that it has, it only works with their attack points. So, your attack points don't matter to that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Thank you.
So
That'll do 250,
Mighty Warrior
right?
activates.
Yeah. Okay.
Only 250. Okay.
And we just move on, right? We don't need to do anything else, I don't think.
Yep. Sounds good.
Cool.
Well, let's see.
I can't lose to this
Oh!
tutorial. What is this?
Okay,
oh,
now-
target. Okay.
Now you want to be careful, because Call of the Haunted says that when the card gets destroyed, Call of the Haunted, the monster you brought back with it also will be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So this might be the moment where your Ballista Squad actually generates some value, because you are losing your Mighty Warrior anyways. So you may want to make some use out of it before.
So I can do this, sacrifice it first, and then destroy the face down.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What the heck was that usage rate that just popped up? Okay. And then I want to get rid of this, right? The monster. Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. With my knowledge of the game, right? It's like that. Just getting rid of the monster's correct there, right? Yeah. Okay, and then that happens, but it doesn't matter. Okay, cool.
Ay,
What the heck are you?
Melfi Rebbe in attack position. 0 attack points strong.
Oh, and it's just a basic monster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
that is not a basic monster at all. So, yeah, you...
One is first, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool.
It's becoming second nature.
Yeah, no, I'm getting into it. Okay, so...
Yeah.
So this guy's bigger, but I'm wondering if we just want another tuner again. Is that ever worth?
Looking at our extra deck might help for that. You can always...
that is true. Ah, right, yeah, it's thingy, isn't it?
But actually, oh, hold on. Yeah, now we can actually, handily enough, also get into the last summoning mechanics. So for this, please get a level 4 monster out.
Okay. No problem. Face up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, special summons will always be face up.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Even in defense, this would be face up. So, and then bring the Blade Knight out as well, also in attack position. And so the last summoning mechanic we're missing, and now so also is available to us, will be Exceed Summoning. And that is this cool black color that Exceed monsters have. And also quite easy, honestly, because all Exceed monsters need is 2 monsters with the same level. So Kachikochi Dragon needs 2 level 4 monsters. So it actually is exactly the same as all of those other mechanics like we already had, like Synchro and Link. But this one is kind of cool in how it is executed, because an Exceed summon is going to bring out the Exceed monster, but the monsters you're using for it, they are not going to the graveyard, but they are stacked on top of each other and they become materials of the Exceed monster. So basically, you summon out the Kachikochi Dragon, and the 2 monsters you're using for it, they are going to be underneath your Exceed monster then, as Exceed materials.
Okay, I need to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Go on.
This card looks really cool, though. And again, it's worth not using up the space up top, right? I can just dump it wherever.
Completely true.
Ooh. Yeah, this guy looks sick.
It does. And so now, that number 2 is signalizing that there is 2 materials underneath it currently.
Okay, and once per turn when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can detach 1 material from this card. It can make a second attack in a... I like this card. Yeah, this card's nice. Okay. Sounds good. I don't need this, right? It's fine. I don't think it's going to be a big difference. Yeah, this is just lethal, right? We can just attack and then use the material and attack again.
I mean, the first attack would already do it.
Oh, wait, it's in attack mode, isn't it? Yeah, of course. I'm being stupid. Yeah, I'm being stupid. Because I was just looking at the number and I was like, oh, it's got high defense, so it's going to defend. And yeah, as you mentioned, it wasn't. It was put in attack mode. Okay.
Yeah, I think the bot wanted you to win in the end still.
The bot was just showing me mercy, like, okay, you're not supposed to struggle this hard in this one. Okay.
Still, 3 out of 3. We're still winning out here.
Yeah, unbeaten.
Beautiful.
And that's how we're going to continue, I'm choosing to believe.
I am strongly believing in that. So, have you gotten the decks already, or do we get them together? How's that looking?
I don't know, because I also think did Thingy use my account the other day when there was some? Because my account had the tutorial already done, so I don't know what I've got.
Let's just go into the decks and see.
Power of the Dragon.
It's someone else might have done the tutorial, but
okay.
This is still fresh and clean, so we just get the decks together. And I think the best way to continue our learning and teaching here is that we're getting the decks in together, and then I will give you a general explanation about the concept of the deck and what it is doing and so on and so forth. And then we go through all 5. As for context for the viewers, the tournament is a 3v3 tournament, so it is a team of 3 duelists, and of course Raven is part of Team UK together with Boba and Crokies. And so each player of the team gets 1 out of the 5 decks, and they cannot choose the same deck. So like we will have 3 different decks for the team. And yeah, we're just going to look at them as they are pre-built, and we're not able to change them anymore. And I think, have you the guideline open? For how to get them?
I have it somewhere. 1 second.
Yeah, it's an announcement as well. It's like the PDF there.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. We have all the time in the world. It's that guide to generate decks.
I see. Yeah, got it.
And then basically all you need to do is like it has codes for all the decks, and you just go for public deck search and put in the code. That's all we need to do.
Okay, cool.
And then we go through them one by one, and we may have some pleasant surprises in terms of anime cards that you wouldn't necessarily expect to still be in meta decks nowadays.
I see. Okay. It was just I've got it now. So does this work? So it's like this?
That seems good. Yeah, perfect.
That blue eyes? Okay. Hold on.
All right, yeah, just copy it.
Copy deck. Sure.
Yeah, for sure. So this is now in our deck section, and we can go back to our decks.
And I just do the others, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, let's do all of them now.
Yeah, I'll just get them all do all the boring stuff quick first.
That's fair.
Wait, is it not?
That's correct. Yeah, it's right.
It's just not thinking. Wait, public deck search. Paste. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Copy. Back.
Wonderful.
And A9. Is that a doggo deck?
Does this look like doggos to you?
I'll be honest, I am just spam pasting them in. Let's have a look. Everything's called K9.
K9? Why is that related to doggos? Is that like a dog brand or something?
It is, but also a dog's a canine, right? So I didn't know whether it was
Yeah. I see.
Yeah. No, I'm already clicking the wrong things now. I'm losing track of what I'm doing because I'm thinking about dog decks now. Labyrinth. Okay.
That looks good. Yep.
There's that one, and just this last one, Mimighoul.
Mimighoul. Mm-hmm. The Mimighouls.
Seems good. Okay. So now I should have. Oh god, they're called deck.
Yeah, but we can when we go through them, we can name them.
Cool.
So let's pick one out from the decks, and then go edit deck, and then let's call. Yeah, this is just how you edit the deck, but I will explain to you as well. No worries. And just rename the deck to Mimighoul Clash or Clash Mimighoul, however you prefer.
Mimighoul Clash. Got it.
Wonderful. And now the fun part, because as you see there, they're all like a little faded and gray. So that means we currently do not own them, but we have loads of crafting materials. So we can just go on the top right on those 3 stripes.
Yeah.
And go batch generate cards not owned. Oh, baby.
Oh. We do have a lot of resources. Okay. I was just looking at the amount it would cost. Oh, we've been juiced. Okay.
Oh, let's go. And so there's different rarities. So there's just the regular one. Or like the rarities are N, R, SR, and UR, with UR being the highest, ultra rare. But then also there's a little mini game for that as well, as every card can be glossy, which is like a little bit glowing, which is we have a glossy.
This guy.
And then there's royal rare. And this is what you got, a royal rare triple tactic talent. That's like the highest rarity in the game. That's really cool.
Wait, which one? Oh, is it this one?
This one.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay, sick. Well, you know, if you're good, you're good. What can I say?
Yeah.
That was all skill, of course.
But I'm trying. Did we really not pull any glossies? Oh wait, the second row last card.
Yeah.
The Mimighoul Master. That's a glossy. It's like it's.
I see. Yeah.
A little glossy, as the name would suggest.
And this one just goes crazy. Okay, nice. So,
really
do I hit save and then is that good? That one, no?
You can hit save now for sure, and then I will already give you a brief introduction onto that Mimigul deck. So Mimigul is a little bit of a funny, tricky deck, I would say, because it's actually a lot of very small level 1 monsters. When you go through like the first row, it's like a bunch of level 1 monsters, and they don't look particularly strong. But their main gimmick is that you are actually, like, they are small, and then you're not even using them yourself most of the time, but you give them over to your opponent in face down defense position. So you're basically giving over a gift and saying, hey, this one's for you. And then the gift turns out into something not particularly desirable, because they all have flip effects. And we already had in the tutorial game, we had a monster that had a flip effect. When it was flipped up, it would change the attack and defense of another monster.
Yeah.
And so this one here is really funny, because the flip effects are all negatives. Because you are giving it over to your opponent, and therefore you are trying to make them unhappy by flipping those monsters up. So, for example, let's go on the second row first card, the dragon.
Yeah.
The Archfiend, I'm sorry. This one says, hey, when I'm flipped face up, your opponent draws a card, which is going to be you, the Mimigul player, because you gave it back over. Then, also, the player that controls it has to send one card from their hand to the graveyard, which is the opponent. And then, after that, they have to pass it back over to you after it has done all the harms. It's like a really, really fun archetype and a really fun general mechanic, I would say. On
it sounds fun for one person in the battle, and the other person maybe not so much. Okay, and then when it comes back, is the idea then that you could just use it to like special summon or something? It's you can sort of just use the body for that.
Yeah, you can do all kind of things with it afterwards,
and
cool. Like, even on top of that, like, there is the field spell that is the last row second card, the Mimigul Dungeon. Like, that one even like permanently can give so much trouble to your opponent, because this says that any player that's a second effect who controls a face-down monster cannot normal summon monsters, nor declare an attack with monsters that were special summoned this turn. So when you gave them a monster and it's face down, you're giving them no option to either flip it up and have all those negative effects with it, or just not normal summon, which is like a real huge, real big liability.
So this is just a troll deck. This is what I'm getting from that. This is a deck that makes your opponent rage quit. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, that is really funny.
It is definitely more on the funny side. It's not awful either, because, for example, one card you were asking earlier whether going first or going second is the way to go in Yu-Gi-Oh! A card that generally is only in going second strategies most of the time is the Triple Tactics Thrust, which is third row, second to last.
That's
just next to the talents.
This one.
The Triple Tactics Thrust. And Triple Tactics Thrust says if your opponent has activated a monster effect during the turn, which they are oftentimes going to do in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! You can set a normal spell trap card from your deck, and that set card cannot be activated. But if your opponent controls a monster, you can add it to your hand instead. So you're creating the situation. Like, when you go second, your opponent always is going to have a monster, so you have the upside of adding a card to your hand. With this deck, though, you're creating the upside of already making sure that this is, even when you go first, a possibility to add a card to your hand.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. And how
one of the most
hard would you say it is to for an idiot like me? How hard would you sort of rate this deck to play, right? To actually pilot?
I would say it is, from the 5 decks, I would rate it between the second to third hardest decks. So it's like, it's definitely not the easiest, that's for sure.
So it sits somewhere in the middle.
It's also not the hardest,
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, well, this is what's kind of fun about checking the game out with someone who has the knowledge is I didn't even know a playstyle like that would exist, right? Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's a very interesting playstyle that I just wouldn't have even guessed was a thing. So That's pretty sick. And there's all oh yeah, and as you can see, the extra deck is full because that's what we want to do, right? And just to maximize that extra space. That's cool.
So yeah, a couple more things. The extra deck, you will see there is multiple rank 1 monsters. Makes sense when you have so many level 1 monsters in your deck that your extra deck is going to be filled with Exceed monsters that are in need of level 1 monsters that only just adds up together. And then they get like, this is definitely, for example, the giant Mimighoul. That is something you want to summon with those Mimighoul monsters that come back to you eventually.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Yeah, for sure.
100%. That's pretty strong and pretty good. And then another thing that I want to mention that is going to be a thing for basically all of the decks that we're looking at. In modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, it has become common practice that also on the first turn, there is effects that you can use on your opponent's turn already. So basically, you have lost the coin toss, they go first. And as we talked about, that can sometimes be a decent advantage. And because to like kind of make it a little bit more competitive on that turn, you already have hand interaction effects that you can use on that very first turn. And examples for that are the very first card in your deck, the effect Veiler. So this one just says, during your opponent's main phase, and only during that, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. So you activate it in the hand, not on the field, and just target one of the monsters and negate the effect. So you're just saying, hey, this I'm negating. I don't want to deal with that.
Oh, okay, cool. So if they, for example, like start with an effect monster, you can just sort of nope the effect like instantly, sort of thing. Because it'll work at the like their second main phase, right, or their end phase. Okay.
There's for example plenty of cards that just either say on the normal summon of this, search for this and that, or on the normal summon of this, special summon from something from the deck. And those are like prime targets for something like an effect Veiler, because you just say, hey, you stop here. That's not going to
slow down, buddy, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Relax. I know you went first, but calm down. Right.
And then very, very similar to that is the second to last trap card there in your main deck, Infinite Impermanence. And this is quite literally a hand trap, because this, and that's the last line of it, if you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. So when your opponent starts, of course, you're not going to have any cards on the field. So this can be used on their first turn. And this is very similar to Effect Veiler, because it also says target one face-up monster your opponent controls, negate its effect until the end of a turn. The good thing about Infinite Permanence, though, is you can also just regularly set it as a trap card, you know? So like, when you go first, it doesn't lose that value. You can still just set it down, and it's just also treated as a regular trap card. But it has that added benefit of also being a potential interruption on their first turn already.
Yeah, it's the flexibility makes it strong, right? Because you've got that option if you need it. And worst case scenario, it acts like the card it is, which is a trap card you can play normally. So that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then we will have to also talk about the most powerful card possibly in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And you may have spotted those little numbers on some of those cards as well. And that means that like from there of course always is, there's a Forbidden and Limited list which gets updated every single month. And basically some cards therefore are like, okay, I didn't even mention it, but the most amount of a card that you can play is free. Like a playset of a card is free, as most of these cards in there are also free offs. And then there is the opportunity for the game designers to say, hey, this is only allowed twice, this is only allowed once in a deck. And the card that I was trying to get to is Maxi, which is not this one, but the one in the second row, which also has that one on it.
I've heard whispers of this card.
You have? Wait.
So as I said before, that there are people that watch my stream. I come from card games mainly as well. That play Yu-Gi-Oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh has come up in casual conversation now and again. And I've heard the words Max C. That's probably the most memorable thing I know from recent Yu-Gi-Oh discussions. So explain to me why this is something people talk about.
That's hilarious that even it reaches out into other areas as well, hearing about this card. But yeah, this card is honestly quite simple in the way it is written, because you just, whenever, as a quick effect, send it from the hand to the graveyard, and every single time your opponent special summons a monster, you get to draw a card. So in a regular turn of Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2026, there is going to be a multitude of special summons in most decks. And therefore, having this card to just like say, hey, I will be profiting massively if you continue to do that, is just like, in most situations, the most powerful going second card that you could ever draw.
Okay. Yeah, because they're going to be doing those things like early, right? Potentially. Yeah. Okay.
Before you even would have your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
You just get like if there's people that just disregard this card when it resolves and they just give you 5 cards, and then normally you start your turn with 6 cards in total, 5 cards in your opening hand and 1 card you draw for turn. Now you have 11 cards, and that just gives you so much more options. So that's just like,
is there a hand limit in Yu-Gi-Oh? Is there a hand size limit?
There is. Yeah, there is, but it only applies at the end of your turn. So at the end of a turn, if you have more than 7 cards, you will have to discard to that limit.
So this Max C, then, we've got 1 in the deck because we're only allowed 1 in the deck. So this can only be used once per game.
I mean, there is ways to recycle it from the graveyard.
Unless,
There's
you'd have to pull it back, right? But it is, you lock it in on the turn. It hopefully either does the thing or it stops your opponent doing stuff, and then it's gone unless you can pull it back and go again. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, this card seems good. I have enough card game knowledge to know that making your opponent basically draw you 1,000,000 cards is quite strong.
For sure, it's really, really good. And then the last one that's worth mentioning. Oh yeah, Drone Lockbird is also a decent one. This one basically just says it's a bit restrictive because it says when your opponent has added a card from their deck to their hand, which is decently happening a lot of the time in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. It just says no more adding from the main deck to the hand for the rest of this turn. So you're like stopping a lot of the combo potential from a lot of those decks, because that includes drawing and searching.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's just funny because it's just a 0/0. It's just funny to see 0/0 stats on a card. That's all. Okay, and I do see, it's a bit of a side note, but I do see the Exodia pieces being one-offs there as well, just to give that a bit of a nod. I do see out the corner of my eye.
Yep. You are not allowed to run multiple copies of those. Would be too strong, still to this day. I don't even know, honestly, whether that would be too strong.
Oh, really? So was that... We're going a bit off topic here, but... Was Exodia like an... Because obviously I've seen the show, right? And it's a lot of... Exodia's a bit of a highlight of the show, right? But was Exodia like an actual deck at some point in Yu-Gi-Oh's history? Like a real playable deck to win with?
Yes and no. Like, it was played here and there, and it's like it's a functioning deck, and like the main approach to it usually is just to play so many draw cards alongside it that you would just try to, best case, even draw it on your first turn. You know, that was like the most common approach, that you just have like 1,000,000 draw cards and the Exodia pieces.
Right.
So that was something that has been successfully done, but it wasn't like the most consistent deck, because like the amount of spell cards overall that you draw are just like, at some point you're done with them, and then you get to like situational cards, which just don't really work that well as your consistent draw cards anymore.
Yeah. So it was playable but not amazing, sort of thing. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was a real fun moment though. I want to say it was 2 to 3 years ago, and that was at a big tournament in America, and there was I'll call him an elderly duelist. He was always going, like, he was already known in the community for playing funky decks. Yeah. And then he cooked up, like, his name was Jeff, and he cooked up an Exodia deck, like in modern times. And he found like a really, chat is saying 2023 that was, okay. And he cooked up a modern version of Exodia, which was using all kind of fancy things, but still was actively able to get you all of those Exodia pieces really, really quickly. And he was having success with it, you know. He I think he started out 4-0 in the tournament. And so it was already making waves. And then they gave him a featured match, which is like the one match that is on stage and everything, of course. And then he was playing against a pro player. And he actually, like, the clips from that are insane, because he actually gets to pull off the Exodia twice, and like he, as the old school player he was always assembling also the pieces in the way they are supposed to be, and the crowd is chanting one more piece. It was so good. It was such a nice thing to see.
Yeah, that sounds quite fantastic. I might need to go and see if there's clips of that I can watch after the stream because that sounds great.
Yeah. Jeff Leonard is the goat for that.
Yeah, that is cool. Classic. That's why you do stuff like that though, right? Because you think, look, it might not work, it might not go well, but what if it does? Right? Like, what if it does? It's legendary at that point.
And actually, I almost forgot, but also nowadays there's the Millennium deck as well, which is kind of cool. Which does actually, this is a deck that is being played at the moment, like not meta, but definitely viable. Which has to play all 5 pieces of Exodia in the main deck, because there is a really strong combination where you have to just reveal all of the pieces in your deck to get like a new version of Exodia out. Let's just search for in the text search for Incarnate.
Yeah.
Incarnate. Yes, the fusion monster.
This
one.
Okay.
The unstoppable Exodia Incarnate.
Wait, attack? Question mark.
Yeah, that's because it's the attack points of it are like you gain attack points equal to your life points. Which is crazy, because when you have 8,000 life points, it just becomes 8,000 attack points.
Oh, that is hilarious. Once per turn.
Yeah, this one is really cool.
It's spelled from your deck. Once per turn. But you're losing life points every standby phase, so it's like on a timer. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's pretty sick. I like when they do stuff like that, right? Like because obviously Exodia, extremely popular part and like memorable part of Yu-Gi-Oh, and they can like keep things like that alive with more cards in the future whilst they're still, honoring the old stuff. That's actually pretty sick.
100% with you on that. But yeah, I mean we're getting into something similar like that in just a moment, as well, as one of the decks is something very nostalgic too. But for now, I think we're okay with the Mimigul deck.
Yep.
Let's dive into one of the other decks, man. Just pick another one.
One is. I need to craft it, right? Let me
yeah. You can either rename it first or craft it first, whatever you like.
What should I name it?
That's Labyrinth.
Lab. I'll call it. Okay. And then add generate.
Okay,
I assume this is enough resources to make all the decks, right? You'll know at a glance.
Yeah. Okay. Anything good? No royal this time.
No.
Only
where did my
glossy
look go? What's going on? Oh, there's one. This is a bit glossy.
Yeah, it's glossy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is Labyrinth.
This is Labyrinth, and I already have to let you know that your teammate of Team UK, Crokies, has already settled in on this deck, so you will not be able to play this in the tournament.
That's cool.
But still, of course, as you may face it, I will give you a rundown on what it does and how it works. Is there anything that immediately comes to your mind when you just look at the deck list here, first of all, when you see those cards?
I'm going to click through some. Oh, that's not helping. There's a million trap cards.
This is a trap.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Just at the decks I've seen, it feels like a lot of sort of pink/purple in there.
No, 100%. It's one of the trap cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I mean, we have discussed earlier that like the big downside of trap cards is that they have to be on the field for one turn, and so they are like slow-ish, and they don't allow you to combo on the first turn and stuff like that. Labyrinth sort of has overcome that liability by having effects that say, hey, you can use your trap cards on the first turn. Like there's multiple effects in this.
Like this one, right? Hey, we talked about in the previous thing.
This one lines up with it as well. Like this one also just works on your opponent's first turn. But there is Labyrinth effects. For example, the first card in the deck, Labyrinth Cooklock. It just says you can discard this card. This turn, you can activate one normal trap card that was set this turn. Like it just basically says, hey, you're able to completely overrule the game rules of having to wait with your trap card for a turn, and you're just able to activate it this turn.
Yeah, I feel like that's a common theme in card games where first you learn the rules of the game and then you learn how the rules are broken. Right? Because that's often the case, isn't it? Okay, so that's cool.
No, for sure.
I'm also being told by multiple people in my chat that first, if Crocus is playing it, it must be an absolute degenerate control deck. And then, as a lab enjoyer, absolutely control nonsense. And it kind of is a degenerate control, yes. So, which is fine because I am not a control player. So it's actually a-okay that Crocus is taking that one for me.
It's 100% a control deck, and I would have probably said that this is possibly the toughest or one of the 2 hardest decks in the 5 decks pool, and he kind of got baited into it by his chat, to be honest. Like, I'll just do what chat does, of course. What could go wrong?
Rule 1: never trust chat. Is it difficult because, as is the case with a lot of control archetypes, at least in games I've played, is if you are a bit slow or mess up, you get punished harder because you are playing a sort of more defensive deck?
It can be like that, for sure. Also, I mean, in a control deck, and also that logic still applies to trap cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! They are reactive. They need to be done to react to something.
Yeah.
So you need to know when there's actually good timing on how to interrupt your opponents. So to be the control player, to play the Labyrinth deck, I think you require the most knowledge about the deck pool that there is for the tournament. And you have like the best interaction points with the different decks.
Yeah, to get the most out of the traps, right? Because also the problem is if you use a trap not quite as well, it's used, right? It's lost, it's done, it's used up. So you sort of are utilizing tools not in the best way. So whereas if you do have the knowledge, you know what's worth proccing the traps on and then getting max value out of them. That makes sense.
Yeah, and also as a general guideline, which that's the easy and cool thing about the deck. It doesn't do much with the extra deck. It's usually just the main deck, and you're playing around with all of those trap cards and stuff. And of course, you're still filling up those 15 extra deck spots as you should. By the way, your chat was asking about Pot of Greed. That's basically modern Pot of Greed.
Yeah, that's why I clicked. Now. I saw a 1 and then looked at that. I was like, that looks like a green pot that I recognize. Pot of Extravagance.
Yeah. So it's basically Pot of Greed, but it has some restrictions to it. For example, that you can not draw any cards for the rest of the turn, that you have to give up some extra deck cards for it. But as I said, the extra deck to the Labyrinth deck, not very, very important. So you can just easily give up 6 cards to draw 2 cards back.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But yeah, definitely a tough deck. And I hope we get Crocus to the point that he's able to execute in time, because we had the second learning stream with Crocus yesterday, and this deck, not only, as you said, you have to time everything right, and you can sometimes get it overrun, but it's a lot of things that you have to do. Like, compared to some of the other decks that we have in here, he was struggling sometimes with the timer, because there is an in-game timer that we... shall not exceed.
yes, and that's tricky as well, because some decks in some games do require high actions, right? But also, as a new player, if you're trying to remember what the card does, or read the cards, or read your opponent's cards to know whether to do stuff, like, that is so much extra time. Because obviously someone like you probably won't even think when you're pressing buttons, right? Because you just, well, I know what this does. You have the pattern recognition and obviously have such a deep knowledge of all the cards. So it's I can only imagine. I'm glad I'm not playing this deck. I'm glad I didn't join this stream today and you were like, there's this deck you just have to play. It is what it is. Everyone else has decided. Because I'll tell you now, I'd lose. I'm more of a give me a guy that punches my opponent in the face, and the call it a day.
Okay, so it sounds good. I think we can make that work. I think I have a good deck still in store for you then. Even me, and I do have experience with the deck and everything. My chat knows I've timed out with this deck before as well, multiple times. Like it's definitely something that can happen. Like it's just. You need to do a lot of... You need to jump through a lot of hoops, basically.
Yeah, happens to the best of us. Us. Okay, let's jump on, because I know that I'm not going to be playing that one. Yeah. There is...
This is K9 now.
Oh, okay, okay, cool. Let me quickly just craft it so it's done, and let me.
Come on.
Yeah.
Royal.
Go, go, go.
Royal. Royal.
I got
Royal.
something. I got one of
Oh,
these.
it's glossy, glossy. Oh, there's a Royal.
Yeah.
Case for K9. Let's go. That's a good one. I like it.
Easy. Okay, so what have we
Royal
got
accomplished.
here? Oh,
You can
this
call
is a
it
popular
K9,
card, right? Oh yeah, I can call it K9. Yeah. K9.
Yeah, Effect Veiler we saw in
Yep.
the Mimigo deck already. It's
and
the
this
Droll
one.
and Lockbird 2, the Maxi, the Ash Blossom. Those are all
Mhm.
just generically good cards to interact with your opponent on their first turn. Mochami Fubulos is actually, it's some people call it a redesigned version of Maxi.
Okay.
And it's also hella cute because this one has a restriction, first of all, that you cannot control any cards. So like the problem with Maxi sometimes is the player that goes first and does like a big combo, and then they back it up with a Maxi in their hand too, which they're resolving on your turn. That is very, very, very hard to overcome. But this,
Right.
of course, if you control no cards, you cannot do that anymore. So it's not as strong when you draw going first. But also, it's going to give you draws whenever your opponent special summons from the deck and or extra deck. So it's like, it's a little more situational because your opponent can play around it a little more by just summoning from the hand or from the graveyard and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the same logic as Maxi, basically.
Yeah, and it also doesn't have a limiter on it, right? You can run more than one, so of course it's weaker, but it's not just a one of in your deck, right? So that just makes sense, I think.
That's true. But before we get into the absolute specifics about this, I will give you some more general notes about the K9 strategy. Yep. Actually, a very powerful strategy that has been mostly like splashed into other decks as an engine, the K9 cards, but has been like actually meta relevant and strong in that regard. And it's a deck that completely, when you're looking at the extra deck as well, focuses on one extra deck mechanic. It's only about Exceed summoning.
Mm-hmm.
And as all of the K9 monsters are level 5, it's also all rank 5s that you are going to summon.
I see.
So I think it's going to the direction that you may like, because it's basically just getting multiple level 5 monsters out and then summon a big guy with the rank 5s you have in the extra deck, essentially.
I have a question. And if we've already gone over this, I apologize, but for the extra, say for this deck, for example, you summon by having 2 5s or whatever, right? That's fine. Or 3 5s, sorry, in this instance. But
in this one,
can you summon from this deck as many times as you want, as long as you have the requirements in any given turn?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So normal summoning, that was the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's how the rules were written, is limited to once per turn. But special summoning from wherever, from the hand, from the deck, from the extra deck, you can do as much as you like.
Okay, I like the look of this. I'm just starting to read some of these cards.
It's completely centered around and working around level 5 monsters, and the K9 cards, they're simple in what they do. Like you saw Noroi. Noroi says, "Hey, summon me. When I'm summoned, I summon another K9 monster from the deck." So that's somewhat easy.
And
Izuna
that
says,
naturally
"Hey,"
helps with the extra deck summons, right? Because then you've got more stuff on the board. Yeah.
Exactly. Then there's an Izuna you have here. Izuna basically says, send another one from the deck to the graveyard. And this one works really well. Like this one actually in particular, that was the one that was also used in other decks, because this is a quick effect, meaning you can also do that on your opponent's turn. And when they have activated a monster effect in the hand or graveyard that turn, you can just special summon it out from your hand, and then use the summon effect to send another K9 card from your deck to the graveyard. You may think, what does that do? Like, is that really that strong? Just summoning out a monster and then sending another card to the graveyard? Where this becomes interesting and important, though, is when you look at K9 Lupus, which is third row first card.
This card, got him.
That's the Lupus. This one, then in the graveyard, or the hand, but you're putting into the graveyard with the Izuna, so that's nice. You can, during the main phase, when your opponent has activated the monster effect in the hand or graveyard, which is the same requirement as for Izuna, so you already have the requirement when you went with the Izuna, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, so you get this as well. And then, the last line is important, during your opponent's turn, you can immediately Exceed Summon using this and the Izuna, essentially. So on your opponent's turn, you already get into Exceed Summoning when you resolve that.
Oh, because it all... Yeah, okay. Okay, so you're just splurging out monsters, right? And then just doing the Exceed Summons and just trying to overtake the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
And like this is like you can immediately let's just take one example card there from the extra deck. Let's go with the Nash Knight, which is the 6th or 7th. That was not intended card there in the extra deck. Yeah, this one, the Nash Knight. And this one says during the main phase, you can detach 2 materials, which you then would have with the Izuna and the Lupus. Put another material from the extra deck underneath this. That's fine. That you can just like the game will do you to do that. But the more important is, then you can attach one other face-up monster on the field to the Nash Knight. Meaning, you just soak up one of their monsters.
Oh yeah, it doesn't say one of your other face-up monsters.
Yes.
What the heck? You start chomping on them all and just be like, thank you, thank you.
So that is once per turn, but still, like, your opponent is still in the turn where they are setting up. And because they have activated the card effect in hand or graveyard, which they are often going to do, you activate the Izuna. Izuna comes out, sends Lupus to the graveyard. Lupus comes back, and then Exceed Summons on their turn into Nash Knight, and you just joined one of their monsters.
Okay, that is... Yeah, those tutorials didn't teach me enough, I'll tell you that. That is nuts, but in a good way, right? Like... I didn't even know about how powerful these and that's just already at the start, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
and that's also just one of the cards we have access to. Well, a combination of cards, of course, but
yeah.
Okay.
But it's like it's still the underlying ground principle of the deck that you're just trying to get level 5 monsters onto the field and convert them into rank 5s. Yeah. I think in that it probably has the easiest game plan from the decks that we have here overall.
Oh no, I just messed up.
It's gone. No. It was the Ripper, and you can actually the Ripper is still there. And when you look at the on the left, you can just say +1. Oh, that's not the Ripper anymore.
Oh, this one. Oh, I can just
on
add
the left. It. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. I need to not just randomly click by accident. Okay, that's good. Let me save this.
No, but yeah, the Ripper actually is noteworthy as well because usually when you go first and the first 2 level 5 monsters you're creating, you want to go into Ripper most of the time because Ripper just says you can detach 1 material, add another K9 card from your deck to your hand. So like you're extending the flow of K9 and level 5 monsters.
Yeah, that is it just basically recycles itself, right? Well, recycles to an extent where some of the cards you use to summon it. Okay, that's pretty good. And that's
not only that, but also when it then stays on the field, you get to in the second effect, when your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or graveyard, you can even detach another material to negate that effect. So it has done its duty already to get you to more resources, to get you to more K9 cards, but then it stays on the field and is a threat to your opponent on their turn.
Yeah, I like this card. This might be the deck. I'm just letting you know. We've not seen the others yet, so I'll withhold judgment to an extent, but this might be the deck. Because I'm guessing Boba's not playing this.
No, she's not.
Okay. Oh, okay, so it's up for grabs. Okay, yeah, this might well be the deck.
I like it as well. I think it's a good pick. Because I said it's one of the easier decks, but I think that absolutely doesn't mean it's also one of the stronger decks. I think it's definitely a reasonably strong deck to bring, for sure.
Yeah, and I think, like, I was actually thinking about this the other day, about the tournament, and I was just thinking, like, how much extra win rate can I gain from just playing a deck I actually half understand? Do you know what I mean? That is just more straightforward, means I'm probably going to make less massive mistakes. So I was like, okay, I hope there's just a deck that just gets them. Like, because that's the style of card game, deck I like in games a lot of the times. A bit more aggressive styles. And I also think the aggressive style will help me in this tournament as well. So I quite like the look of this.
I think this is definitely the aggressive route. And also, this is a good card to read as well, the K9X Forced Release.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you have already established one of your K9 Exceed monsters, for example, I told you about the Ripper, we just talked it through. It can search a card, that it can negate a card effect on your opponent's turn as well. And then when it has done all of that, you can use K9X Force Released on their turn as it's a quick play spell. And you say, hey, this K9 monster I have here, that's the Ripper. I'll just summon another K9X XYZ monster on top of it right here, right now, which has another powerful effect. So you're like, on your opponent's turn, you're upgrading. And it's not even only done then, because it says, transfer its materials to this special summon card. Then you can destroy one card your opponent controls. So you're upgrading your Ripper into another powerful card, and you're destroying another card in the process. So this card is bonkers.
Yeah, and also I can... Wait, at the end of the battle phase, if your K9 monster battled this turn, you can set this card from your graveyard. So
there's
there's a world where you can just go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like a pretty good card. Is this a... Oh, it's not even a one-of either. In terms, it's not like a...
It's not limited.
Limited, that's the word. Thank you. Yeah, this card seems nice. Okay.
So it is nice. The reason this card is not being played more often, though, is it doesn't play the game on its own, you know? Like, a lot of times you're just trying to have as many consistency cards and stuff like that as possible. And then this card can be searched out from the deck anyways. So, like, when you want access to it, you can just get it.
Yeah, you don't want 3 of these in your opening hand, right? Because that's the problem, is that you're then going to sit there and do nothing, which is... you don't want it to clog up your hand. You just want it to be a good combo you can have access to, sort of thing.
Exactly. And then, just to finish off on the K9 monsters, like, Noroi was easy, just special summons another one from the deck. Then we have Jokul, which is the second row middle guy. Yep. No, that's Izuna, Jokul. You can just reveal this card and another level 5 monster in your hand, special summon both of them. And if that would not only be enough, because you're just immediately getting access to a rank 5, you can, on the field then, during your main phase, add a non-Aqua K9 monster from your deck to the hand, which all of the K9 monsters except Jokul are not Aqua.
Oh, right. Yeah, so this is just like build a board and refill hand and go, right? Like that. That's what it seems like. That's my understanding of it, right? It's just they all kind of replace themselves in the hand, and you just keep going with these level 5s and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, yeah, I think this is it. This is my kind of deck. Just play stuff and get them.
I like that you're satisfied, because I was unhappy that the others weren't too satisfied with it, because I think it's one of the best options out there, to be honest.
Oh, okay, well,
for this tournament.
When all else fails, you've got me. Okay,
I got you now at least. Luckily, yeah.
Yeah, no, this looks super fun. This looks like my kind of deck, so I'm happy. Because when you talk about Labyrinth and then there's a few other tricky ones, I was like, I just don't think I'm smart enough. So I was like, give me just an honest deck that just gets them. And this looks like, and I got one of these for it, so that's pretty good as well.
Yeah, and I think like the principle of it is rather simple. Like level 5 monsters, convert them to something, but then like with the second training session that we still have tomorrow and maybe even today for a little bit. Of course, then we just get to what we want to summon from the extra deck in terms of like seed monsters in what order, you know? And I think that it's not that hard, you know? Like you just have like then the priority ones and then the situational ones. And I think like it's not a super long learning curve, which I like about this deck. Like you get to a very playable level with this deck, I believe, very quickly in 2 streams, as we have those 2 streams.
Because by the sounds of it, it seems like, okay, here's sort of plan A, plan B, and plan C. And follow those will be sort of stage 1, right? It's just like, what you want to do is this. If you can't do this, then look at this. If you can't do that, then look at that. And then that's at least a rough breakdown of what we can do, I guess. Yeah.
Just quickly, for example, I will just break down quickly how an opener would really nicely go. So the Noroi is you may have read like those first sentences, and that's actually quite important. If your opponent has 2 or more cards in their hand, you can normally summon all of them without tributing. That's for all the K9 cards. And then, of course, if you start a duel, will always be the case as they start with 5 cards in their hand. So they are level 5s, and normally for level 5, you would have to tribute 1 monster.
Yep.
But they say, hey, you can just do it without. So your normal Noroi on normal summons, special summons you another K9 monster from your deck. Then you turn those 2 K9 monsters, doesn't really matter whichever one you summon, you turn them into the Ripper, which we discussed from the extra deck.
Yep.
the Ripper would then be able to search you for, I think, the last one that we haven't talked about just yet. Yeah, no, that's the Ripper, exactly.
Yep, got it, yep.
The Ripper, then the Ripper is able to just search for another K9 card from your deck. And with the Ripper, and for that we detach a material. That's the important part, because that means by detaching a material of the Ripper, you get one of those K9 monsters. It could be the Noroi into the graveyard as well. And therefore, it's really good to search out Lantern. And we haven't talked about Lantern yet, so let's look at Lantern, which is the second row last card.
Second row last card, got it.
And K9 Lantern, super easy in its handling as well. If this card is in your hand, target one level 5 non-pyro K9 monster. And it always says that non-pyro, that's just the way of saying, hey, I cannot target another copy of myself. So
Right.
that's like basically what that means.
Okay.
K9 monster in your graveyard, special summon both it and this card. So it's similar to Jokul, which summons 2 from the hand, but this one is I summon myself from the hand and I bring another one from the graveyard with me.
Yeah, so you can recycle after, like you said, that is it basically all sort of cascades into each other, right? Like they all sort of cycle through to helping each other do things.
Totally.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Totally. Yeah, so that's pretty much the K9 deck.
Yeah, okay, I like the look of this. Okay, let's check out the others just for knowledge base, but I'm pretty locked on that deck. Something crazy would have to happen. You have acquired new cards that you... yes.
Yeah, just put them in,
fill out the deck, right? Okay.
Oh, look, you got your Royal Rare talents in this one already. Sure, you want to flex it.
Yeah, of course. Let me build it out just real quick, because I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to see if I hit again.
Come on.
Yeah.
Another Royal, please.
Oh, it flashed.
I think we got a glossy Foolish Burial, but not a Royal.
There's a glossy down there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time.
So this is Sprite.
Sprite. Okay.
This is how you would expect it to be written, but it's GHT.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like this?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I was like, wait, can I not spell? Like, okay. Carry on.
So Sprite is also a deck that I would say is one of the easier ones in the pool. And K9, which we just had, is all about the number 5. Sprite, on the other end, is all about the number 2. It's level 2s, Exceed 2s, Link 2s, all that kind of stuff. And the cool feature about Sprites is, and there's, for example, there's Sprite Blue in the very middle, and that's a guy with the cool blue jacket, exactly this one. And then there is Sprite Jet, and like all the Sprite main deck monster, they have that sentence on them. You can, if you control a level or rank 2 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So basically, all you need is some kind of level 2 monster on the field to start off your turn. And then all of those Sprite monsters, they come flying from the hand, and you just special summon them all out.
Oh, so just, yeah, because it's special summon, there's no limit. It's not normal summon is the limit, right, of just the one. So you basically can just dump your whole hand close to instantly.
Yeah.
As long as it's the monsters, of course, not the spells.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, in that regard, it's just super consistent, because you're just always just going through very similar motions of just Sprite Blue, able to search you another Sprite monster that's going to get you a Sprite Jet. Then Sprite Carrot here, for example, can also be special summoned and is a spell trap negate on the field by tributing another level rank Link 2 monster. And then there also is a similar version to Sprite Carrot, which deals with monster effects, which is just Sprite Red that you have right there as well. So it's a really, really fun deck. It's, for example, also this deck plays around the Mulchami Fuvolos that you had in your deck really well, because Mulchami Fuvolos only punishes you from, or makes you draw cards when your opponent special summons from the deck or special summons from the extra deck. Sprites, though, they come all from the hand, you know? So you're not giving any draws into the Mulchami Fuvolos with that, really.
Yeah, it just flies under the radar, right? Just goes straight under. Okay.
Pretty much. And then there also is really cool extra deck tools with it as well. There's a really powerful Libero the Primal Being in there as well. That card is we will have to pay attention to this card, let me tell you that.
Okay.
Because this is go on, read it.
Yeah, if your opponent normal or special summoned 5 or more monsters this turn, You contribute as many face-up monsters on the field as possible, and if you do, special this card from your hand, probably in token. Okay, opponent's field. You can use effective. Wait, so does it just make a giant monster? Or am I not reading this right?
It tributes every monster on the field as a quick effect on your opponent's turn. So you are building a field, and your opponent is just like, yeah, well, that was 5 summons this turn. I am now activating Nibiru the Primal Being, and I tribute every single monster on the field. Summon the Nibiru out, and for all those monsters that you had before, I'm just giving you 1 token, which has attack and defense combined of all the monsters attributed, but let me tell you that that's not as important as having all of those combo monsters.
Yeah, like, it's still only one thing, right? So, yeah. Oh, that's...
And it also has no effect, really, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a number, basically, at the end of the day, right? Yeah. Wow. That's definitely a card, isn't it?
It is a card, but your deck in particular, you will oftentimes summon 5 times or more, but Ripper, we read, Ripper has that cool effect of being able to negate card effects in the hand or in the graveyard. So you can make sure just to keep the Ripper around, which you generally want to do anyways, and then you can negate the Ripper with the Nibiru, which is really nice.
I see, okay.
So it's always good to get the Ripper out early, and yeah, it's a pretty straightforward deck, and therefore it's really... It's probably... Boba wasn't entirely sure. Boba was either keen on playing Sprite or the Mimigo deck, and tomorrow we'll see when we have the team stream, the second coaching together, which one it is going to end up being. But this might be the deck for Boba, which we also already tested with a little bit.
Oh, okay, cool. And I, honestly, from a team perspective, I like running this and the one I'm gonna run, K9, because it feels like we might just get him, right? Like that's kind of my plan, especially if a certain someone's running a Labyrinth deck that they're not too confident. but yeah, we might just get him because I like the idea of overwhelming lesser experienced players like ourselves with just stuff. Like, that's my idea of a good times. Hopefully that pays off.
No, for sure. I'm 100% with you. And this deck was, for example, like still played at the World Championship 2025. Like in some kind of specific form with some special applications, but it's definitely still a pretty playable deck.
And in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, do you play one deck? Because I know in other games you play like multiple decks make up like your lineup, and you do stuff like that, and you change decks throughout a match. Or is Yu-Gi-Oh a single deck? You submit one deck, that's your deck for the game or for the tournament.
It's really cool because for Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel in particular, that new environment of like having an arsenal of decks basically was created to make it a little bit more esport-y, I think, as well. Because in the TCG, in like the physical card game, you always go with one deck. You bring your one deck to the tournament, you show up, you play that the entire day, and that's it. But for Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel, the way the World Championship, for example, is being done, it is played as a 3v3, as you guys are playing your 3v3 tournament here for the Continental Clash as well. So our there's 3 current world champions for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel because they're one team, and they're actually European, so that's pretty nice.
Oh, cool.
And the way it is both, every team member has 2 decks, and so that's 6 decks in total.
Yeah.
And they cannot have cards overlapping. So for the entire team, for all 6 decks, you're only, for example, allowed to have 3 effect veilers in total.
Yes, so you can spread them across the decks if you want, but you can't exceed more than 3 total. Like 1 play set of each, basically, total.
Exactly. And then there is 3 shared cards, so you can have 3 designated shared cards, which then are bypassing that rule. You are allowed to have those cards in all of your decks. But like, I think the concept of that is really cool because it just basically makes sure that there have to be different decks in the competition, and it just makes it more enjoyable to watch.
And it's a very interesting challenge because in other card games I've played and been a part of in terms of tournaments, very rarely are team mechanics really put to the forefront of competition. A lot of it is just 1v1, which is good, of course, but I actually like the sound of that because the deck building and sort of team aspect of it feels pretty unique. So that actually sounds kind of awesome. I'm gonna have to
It was so
investigate.
fun, for sure. Because I was a caster for the World Championship in Paris in 2025, and just it's a whole different atmosphere, and like having those three guys together as a team celebrating on the stage and everything. It's like it just adds so much to the whole thing,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, 100. I bet it was crazy to be there, right?
Yes,
to
yes,
like,
yes.
just soak it up in person must have been great.
Totally, totally. But yeah, that was the Sprite deck, which is definitely nothing to be underestimating. But last but not least,
Oh, I know this guy.
we all know this guy. We all have seen this before, as this is Blue Eyes. And do we have a Royal
I
Rare
think I
Blue Eyes deck?
missed. It's not this, is it? No, that's just Glossy. I missed.
It's just Glossy.
So is this Blue Eyes? Is that what it's being called?
This is Blue Eyes, in fact. And, well, you may think that this was thrown in here as a gimmick to, like, have the anime fans satisfied or something. But don't be fooled. Blue Eyes actually has received some insane support over the last 2 years, mainly, where this card and this deck was actually also represented at the last World Championship. And for example, even won like 2,000 player events last year in Europe as well. Like Blue Eyes is a real meta deck. It has fallen out of popularity a little bit in like the last couple of months, but it's still like that's definitely super valid. And I mean, it's so iconic as well. Right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
The fact that you still play 3 copies of the original Blue Eyes White Dragon, like how
That's what I was gonna say, because I obviously clicked on Blue Eyes White Dragon first, right?
Yeah.
And I looked at it and went, wait, isn't that just
There's
Blue
no
Eyes
way.
White Dragon? Like, I know this card, which is pretty sick, like, and really surprising. But I also think it's cool that I mean, I don't know, of course, but like the support around that card and that archetype, I guess, like exists, right? And it's not just, oh, this card was in the show, cool. It's like, no, other cards like can support this and make it a thing.
Yeah, and I think this also is an example for doing the support right, because oftentimes you get support for old themes, but then there is barely any reason or need to play the old cards anymore because the new ones are just better. Because I mean, that's also like the nature of things, right? The new cards are obviously going to be a little stronger as you want to make them viable in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But here the new cards were designed in a way that still require you to just play the original Blue Eyes, you know? And I think that's pretty neat and cool.
Also, just look at the artwork on some of these cards.
Yes.
Like Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons artwork goes crazy. I don't know. Looks so sick.
Go crazy. And so to elaborate on how the Blue Eyes deck is now being played, it basically has become a synchro strategy. Blue Eyes is a level 8 monster, so with very powerful level 1 tuners releasing and being in this deck, the main thing that this deck is trying to put out is Synchro 9s, and the most powerful option out of those. This is, for example, this is the best tuner that was brought in that has made this deck so strong, because it gives you access to the powerful trap card True Light, which we can elaborate on further. But also, like the crazy thing was the second effect. If you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon while this card is in your graveyard, you just special summon her out as well. So that means like whenever you summon Blue Eyes, you instantly get the tuner to it as well. So you instantly have a Synchro 9 available to you as well.
Oh, that's really nice. And that is pretty cool, right? Because it's like you said, where you can add synergy to an older card without just reprinting the older card and giving it 1,000 more attack or something, right? Like, you know, you can actually have these cool mechanics that support it in different ways.
No, exactly. And then it also gives you access to that True Light. And the problem of the Blue Eyes deck was always, that's the last trap card there, was always that True Light is a really good card. But the fact that it's a trap card, once again, is just, it's too slow, because just only having access to it on your opponent's turn is kind of annoying. But the Maiden, which already has that strong graveyard effect, also has the hand effect that you can just discard her to activate True Light on your first turn. So you have first turn access to True Light. And True Light, as you see, it has 2 effects. It either just special summons out Blue Eyes. So on its own, Maiden gives you the True Light gives you then Blue Eyes, then the Maiden comes back, and so it's a 1-card Synchro 9, basically.
Yeah.
And also then it sets a spell trap card from your deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. So there's different cool options to set with this as well.
Yeah, there's. I've noticed there's a lot of spells in this deck. It feels like maybe I'm wrong with that, but it feels like this is sort of spell heavy to an extent, which is interesting.
I would say it's about average. I mean, compared to decks that we also had here in the pool, it probably was the one with the most spell cards. But I think it's not uncommonly many for regular Yu-Gi-Oh decks, I would say.
Yeah,
this
looks cool. I mean, it's just Blue Eyes, isn't it? Like, it does look pretty nice. And so the deck basically kind of just cheats out Blue Eyes, which then stacks other things in the like from the extra deck and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much that. That's just like it's trying to bring out all those different Blue Eyes versions.
Just a nice short name. Yep. Superstar Slayer Typhon. Sky Crisis. Why not?
In the beginning, because everyone calls this guy Typhon, which does make sense.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, on broadcast, I was asked, please say the full name of this card. I was like, okay, Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis.
Yeah, and that's where you go, you become to an understanding. The first time you reference it, you'll say the full name. After that, it's Typhon at that point. Like you'll establish its full name to the audience, but repeating that potentially over and over again seems fun, let's say.
For sure. But yeah, that is. I am a little bit hopeful, maybe, because I would say Blue Eyes is easily one of the. I think it's a little less stressful than Labyrinth, but it's probably the second most, the second hardest deck in the 5 deck pool. So I'm hoping that maybe the other teams are kind of just jumping on the anime Blue Eyes connection and immediately just all want to play this deck, and then maybe in the tournament where we want to beat them, struggle to execute the Blue Eyes gameplay a little bit.
Right. And what would you say makes the deck hard, right? Because from my idiot understanding, it's sounds like you get to cheat out Blue Eyes White Dragons like early, and then that starts to snowball. So what would you say makes it difficult to pilot?
I mean, in a regular Blue Eyes turn, you can just actually it depends really how you sequence those moves, because it's like there is different normal summons in the deck, and you want to make sure that you're doing them in the correct order, because actually this deck has a way to get you to a second normal summon. Usually you only have one, but you can get an additional one with this deck as well. And if you mess up in which order you do those kind of things, it can quickly get you to the point where you actually only ending on one thing, when in theory you could have easily gotten to multiple of those big end field pieces.
Okay, so you need a pretty good understanding of sequencing and sort of base decision making for that specific deck, right? Otherwise
I would say so too. Yeah.
Okay.
And for K9 on the other end, for example, I don't think it matters that much as long as you're able to get those level 5 monsters onto the field, just convert them into something. I think that's just a lot easier.
That is what I want to hear. But yeah, with this deck that you're gonna play, you don't really need to worry too much about stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, sounds perfect for me. Just give me some stuff to throw at my opponent, and then we'll be okay.
I think you will be very strong with that K9 deck.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Don't get me wrong, there is an element where it's it's Blue Eyes White Dragon, let's play. However, I like the look of this deck a lot, honestly. So I think I'm happy locking in that choice, because this deck just looks cool.
It is. It is very cool. I feel like we will be winning this. Croaky said for the motherland and for the queen.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Oh wait, but there's no queen anymore, though, right?
No, we'll have to switch that last line out a little bit for king, I suppose. But yeah, we can understand the sentiment, right? The sentiment's okay. But yeah, this looks really cool, and like I said, I'm gonna get some practice in with this, even out of hours, let's say, for sure.
My chat is wondering about what's the pendulum monster in this. Actually, let's talk about this as well, because you probably don't even know what a pendulum monster what that even means, that sentence, right?
Nope. I'm sure it's going to be another crazy mechanic.
It is, and that is the you are in the third row, the second to last card. Yes, this guy. The
with this left and right.
Disa Blaster. So, what could this, like, what could a pendulum card possibly be?
Like
just
so
yeah.
It sounds sort of like you've got two decisions, and one pulls one way, but to do one, then you need to follow up with the other, or something like that. Is that a bad guess? I don't know. It sounds like it swings either side, right?
It kind of does, but just don't pay too much attention to the effect text just yet. Just maybe look at the card, and what could you, like, by just looking at the cards, what could that signalize to us?
I mean, it looks like arrows. So is it moving? Is that the plan? It can move left and right?
No, not necessarily. I would say it's basically the card is split top and bottom. Like when you the top half.
Oh sure, yeah. It doesn't look like the other monster cards, right?
And so, like, I think on top it does look like the other monster cards, but how does it look on the bottom?
Yeah, it looks like two cards stuck together. I'm going to look at the other monster cards.
We're getting there.
It does. Wait.
Yeah.
You don't put this like under another card, do you? Does that
No. I think just the card colors in itself.
Oh, it looks like a spell card, right? On the bottom. Yes. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I was just not even looking at the. I got too wrapped up because I was looking at the arrows and thinking, right, what are these arrows doing? I got too caught up. Yes, it looks like a spell card on the bottom and a monster card on the top.
And that's the whole concept of pendulum monsters.
Okay.
They can be just summoned as a monster and used as a monster, but they can also be that's pendulum. They can be used as a spell card as well. But pendulum cards can only be used in the outer left or outer right column, basically, of these spell and trap zones. So like either left or right.
Okay.
And then the pendulum effect can only be used when it is in the spell and trap zone. And then, of course, the monster effect that is still there can be used when it's on the field.
Okay.
This card, though, like it's a little funny. Like the main part about this card is definitely the monster effect, because it just simply says, as a level 5 monster, if there is a column with no cards, you can special summon this card from your hand to that zone in that column. So it's a free level 5 monster on the field, which is the whole game.
Which makes sense in the deck. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Okay.
But then there is like that already would be enough. I don't think it wouldn't necessarily need the other stuff. But it is a little gimmicky and nice that it has the rest of the stuff, because it negates any card effects activated in this card's column. So sometimes, like, it can rarely come up that your opponent all of a sudden ends up with a card in the column of this, and then they're like, oh, this gets negated now. Oops.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay. So it's one of those is this when you said right at the beginning where positioning doesn't matter until it does? Is this one of those cards? Okay,
yes,
cool. Okay,
yes.
Cool. Okay, that makes sense.
It could matter.
Yeah. And so the good thing is, like you said, at a base understanding for the deck, at base, it's just you can just drop this out, right? And it's just an extra like five star. Okay.
Yeah, exactly that. And I mean the pendulum effect though, like you can also, I think in, let's say, 90% of the time you will just summon this out as a level 5 monster, and probably then immediately also use it to go into a rank 5. So like it's not even going to have to deal with any of these spell card effects or anything of it, and it will just be that level 5 monster. But if your opponent has like a super powerful effect monster either in the far left column or in the far right column, you can just activate this in the pendulum zone, in the spell and trap zone as well. And then the pendulum effect says negate any card effects activated in this card's column. So you can like counter just one of their monsters by putting this thing into your spell and trap zone.
Yeah, and what could be interesting is at my level I'm going to be playing at in this tournament, there's a chance that my opponents don't really think about where they're putting these cards, right?
Yes.
And they won't necessarily remember that I have this card. So that is something I'll maybe try and keep an eye out for and see if I can get lucky there. That could be good.
I mean, sometimes like this could be really good if your opponent has just carelessly summoned their big monster and then also set a powerful spell trap card into the same outer column.
Right.
Because that means then you can just activate this and be like, yeah, well, your monster and your possible trap card that you have there, they're both in this column where they're all going to be negated this turn, really.
Yeah, that's huge. And let me see. Okay, yeah, and it is okay. Yeah, this card looks crazy actually. The fact that even though it's, as you said, it's not like a huge deal about the additional effect. I think at my level, it's actually a bit more of a big deal because it could happen, right? Like people aren't going to play around it.
Might definitely be for sure.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. I was nervous coming into this, thinking I was going to do really trash. And don't get me wrong, that might be the case still. So don't go crazy. But I think this deck feels good. Like it feels like the right deck.
Yeah, I can see it for sure. So, do you feel confident in already trying a game with it, or do you think you want to leave that for the next stream and maybe practice in between a little bit on your own?
I'm okay trying one. We can at least chuck one or two in if you want, yeah? If that's good for you,
sure.
of course.
No, absolutely, we can.
Do I need to, like, pick a deck in here that's, like, the deck I'm queuing with, or is that on the queue screen?
Yeah, it's on the queue screen. So, I think let's just try playing against someone on the ladder, and then...
Okay, so we just hit ranked?
See where that goes. Yeah. Ranked and... Yeah, you're on one of the lowest ranks, of course, and there you can choose your deck. Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want to edit my deck. I pressed the wrong button. Change deck.
Change
there
it.
We go. K9. I'll delete all the other decks.
Baby.
Selected, and we just queue, right? We're in.
We're in. Let's see how this goes. Come on, let's win the coin toss.
We've lost!
Maybe our streak is now over, not gonna lie.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm going second. I do have a little rabbit, though, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, now we have the mate actually enabled, and it is the rescue rabbit mate that you have there. Okay. You got, like, what could you think about this opening hand?
I mean, we've got the... Did I... 300 or 400% win rate. I'm too powerful. Easy win. I was going to say, I at worst had some of those monsters, right, that I can just get out quick and go straight into the summon. But I'll be honest, I didn't get long enough to look at the hand to have any further thoughts.
Oh, the first rank up. Let's go. Master one first. Master one next.
Yeah, if you're good, you're good. Right? That's all I can say. I'm already thinking about... I have the knowledge. Wait, what is this? Am I having a test?
Proficiency test. you are just on the side, basically, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking like... I like this rabbit, but now I am having the... I'm going to assume there are some other pets and stuff available in the shop.
There is.
Okay, I thought so. I'm good. Might have to investigate. Okay, we'll go again.
Yeah, no, but what I was actually trying to get into with your opening hand, you went second, and you had two cards that you could use on their turn. You had both Effect Veiler and you had Infinite
the Effect Veiler. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you had two ways to interact with your opponent already on their first turn. So for going second standards, your hand was pretty decent.
Okay, cool. And guess what? We're going second again. This is my curse.
We may need it one more time.
Oh, well.
Okay. This is all going second cards.
Okay, for this, you definitely take the lead in just tell it, because I don't know how long the timer is, so I'm concerned I'm gonna time
300
out.
seconds.
That's the timer. Okay.
Yeah, on only your actions.
Yeah.
Oh, but your opponent has a Blue Eyes mate. They have Blue Eyes sleeves. I'd
love it if Dark Magician came out.
It is Blue Eyes.
Okay. Oh god, wait. Do I want to do this?
So, I think Fuvalos in general, I would say, like you want to chain to an effect that would already be special summoning something from the deck or extra deck.
Okay.
So that is not something that is here right now. I think in our environment, though, it's also okay to just activate it as early as possible, because I think the opponents aren't going to play around it that efficiently anyway. So just get it out of the way, and saying, hey, I will draw cards this turn is completely fine, actually.
Okay. I'll do it also just to do it and get a feel of what it's like,
Yeah.
right? Does that make sense?
For sure, for sure.
If I'm going to play inefficiently, it's going to be now.
Not like this.
Okay.
They have Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, and that is going to negate our Molchami Fuvalos, meaning we ain't drawing anything this turn. But we still have plenty of ways to stop them, though.
If I had a second one of those in my hand, could I then go after that again? So then they negate that one, but my other one goes off, right?
You could.
Oh, God.
Molchamis are twice per turn, so that will work.
Oh, okay, cool. They have the True Light, which you did recently inform me is quite good.
Yep. And now the wishes. Also, everyone in my chat is saying that they must be a Smurf. They're doing typical Blue Eyes things. Okay, the good thing now, though, they are adding cards from their deck to their hand. What could that mean?
Oh, that they don't have anything good to play now? Wait,
no, that means our Droll Lockbird is able to activate
wait,
its effect.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Because let's break it down again. If a card is added from the main deck to your opponent's hand, you can just discard it, and then nobody can draw or search cards anymore for the rest of his turn. And let me tell you that they were just searching for more searchers.
Yeah. Let's go then. Not today.
Not today. Sweet. Okay, this would have searched something, but now that it doesn't have that option anymore, we don't need to negate it.
Okay. I'm just staring at the card options I do have. I'm going to cancel though, of course.
Honestly, all three cards you have right there, they all do the same. They just all are spot negates on one card.
Okay. Oh.
That's a Link summon. Wait. So this is funny because they usually want to have that Mausoleum of White, which this card can search. Like the effect that is resolving always is in the white, and the other stuff is kind of faded out. So like the one he's trying to do right now, you can see on the left there being white. You can take Mausoleum of White and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. The thing is, I don't think they understand really what is happening here, because they want it in their hand, but they're not getting it into their hand because you resolved to draw the Knockbird. So they are just going to send one of the most powerful cards they have to the graveyard, which we are very happy with, to be honest.
Yeah, so we say by all means, right? And just skip.
Yes.
Thank you, bud.
Classic yellow button click moment. Someone in my chat said.
You might have a shiny board. You might have a nice looking pet, but it doesn't help. Not in the real game. Okay. So now they're going to get blue eyes,
They get blue eyes, yep.
Ooh.
The annoying thing for the moment, though, is we have no no K9 cards. We have no level 5 ones. So even just blue eyes on its own would already be good enough.
Do I need to negate this?
General rule of thumb, Maiden of White has a strong effect in hand. It has a strong effect in graveyard. When it's on the field, though, you don't care about it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Wait,
no
what? Oh, can I check here to what I'm blocking? Okay, yeah. What in the world?
Yeah, that's the actually OG Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. The fusions of them. But they're just going for the Synchro Summon now.
Okay. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon.
The cool thing about Infinite Impermanence is that you can also hold it for your turn. Effect Veiler can only be used in your opponent's main phase. Infinite Impermanence you can also just use on the start of your turn. So All of those cards, they always only negate for 1 turn. So when they have summoned their boss monster and it only, like, it doesn't have an immediate effect that would do more, you don't really want to stop it, but you just rather want to wait for more things.
Okay, so we just chill for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they don't have much more to do either, to be honest. Well, now if we can only draw one of our prime starters for the K9 strategy, we are absolutely chilling.
I don't want this, right?
No.
Okay. That's fine.
You may want to do it on your turn, but...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's not actually. We've not gone over, right? Yeah. Okay.
And... Ayah. What is this? What is this? So...
Have I close to got, like, 4 of the same card here? Is that what we're kind of looking at?
Now we actually may be able to get into a really powerful lesson anyways, though, because let's check our extra deck real quick, because I think there's one card in our extra deck, yes, that is kind of not following the whole logic of level 5s and all that kind of stuff and so on and so forth. And that is the first card in our extra deck, which we also were already talking about regarding its name,
Yeah.
the Typhon. Because Typhon is a very situational card, which has a great application here right now, because it says during the turn or the turn after, which we're still in right now, your opponent has special summoned 2 or more monsters from the extra deck. And they did exactly summon 2 monsters from the extra deck. You can just turn any monster on your side into Typhon. So you can basically normal summon the effect Veiler and then put the Typhon on top of it. And that is so good because Typhon then says your opponent cannot use any monster effects with monsters of 3,000 or more. And also the other effect is, yep, go on.
Okay.
Just slam it down. And also, as you will see in just a second, attack position is good. Oh, main monster zones with those Exceed monsters.
Oh.
Honestly, actually, in your deck, actually, now that I think about it, doesn't matter. Like, you can summon it in...
Oh, because we don't have the links.
We don't have link monsters.
Okay.
So actually, for like, I teach you a general rule of always trying to avoid the extra monster zone. In your deck, though, you probably always want to summon into the extra monster zone first, because that just gives you more space on the regular zones.
Yeah. Okay. Do I need to do this? This one?
Seems pretty good,
detach
doesn't
from
it?
material, return 1 monster from the field to the hand. Do I want it? Do I want to use that for a material?
I mean,
I guess I'm not doing anything else.
Currently, their monster is stronger than yours, so seems pretty... like, you can't attack over it, so that would just deal with it here. Yep. Put it back into the extra. There you go.
Yes, of course. Okay.
Then you can even swing for 29, if they allow you to. But they may just bring back a Blue Eyes instead. Yep, they do.
Okay.
Then, in main phase 2, now that you have a... You definitely don't want to crash here, that's for sure. Oh yeah, the Maiden comes back as well. They're still in a pretty good situation. You don't really want to attack, no. In main phase 2, you then want to set the Infinite Permanence, because otherwise you can't use it anymore, as you now have cards on your side of the field. And then pass it over.
Yeah, this is looking tough, this one. We got a kind of bad opening hand, right?
Yeah, totally. Like, if we just had anything to play, we could have actually just done so much.
We had any playable cards.
No, but like for real, like they had not much to stop us there. Like a Blue Eyes, wow. But if we like had the chance to establish a couple of things, that would have been nice.
I don't need to do anything here, right?
Nope.
So is the timer on the left like spare time, and then it'll relate to, then it'll go down to just normal turn timer if that runs out?
No.
Is that just total
It's
game
much
time?
more crucial than that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, the thing is, you get more time. So this is special summon the blue eyes, so you may want to consider stopping that. Yeah.
What do I want to use for that?
They all kind of do the same
Okay.
at this point. They're all stopping them from special summoning.
And it's this. I use this one, right? That's the one I want to stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the timer runs out, you immediately lose the duel.
Oh, okay.
So I will chat with the tournament staff on whether we are going to have the same timer rules as for like we have here on the ladder, or because there is the option to increase the timer. And I also already with Croaky's had the experience that it was a little tight for beginners.
Right.
So we will see whether it is going to be this time or maybe we're going to get like a minute or two extra.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like, it's fine as long as for me at least, it's fine as long as I know, and I'll also just accept that, like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to play perfectly right with if I keep an eye on the
Fair.
timer. So,
Fair.
but I mean, I'm fine with whatever, obviously. If I
Yeah, that doesn't do much either.
Yeah, this is what I'm gonna have to just get reps in for, because I then have to click and be like, wait, what does this do? Do I want to stop doing this? You know, and so on and so on. So that's where I'm gonna get some reps in and maybe help a little bit.
For sure. There is another Blue Eye Spirit. Oh, they summoned it in defense position though.
Oh.
Wait, maybe we're fine. Maybe they have no way to deal with our Typhon.
Oh yeah, because if
Bring
they
out
went in
another
attack,
Blue
we
Eyes.
could thingy, right? We could just beat it.
I mean, I would expect them to summon. Okay, wait, they summon Blue Eyes in attack probably.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, they attack over it with Blue Eyes. But then I don't know why they didn't summon the other thing in attack position. But well, let them do their thing. Let them do their thing, and we will be fine. Running over our plan, like a lot of people consider Typhon to be like the plan B, and also here in our case it was the plan B. Like our original game plan of our deck did not come, like we didn't see any of our cards, so all we had to do, or all we could do really, was to go into plan B Typhon.
Another Blue Eyes, okay.
The double Spirit Drag setup, yeah. And that's what I was mentioning, like, in like a regular turn, they're definitely able to pull multiple of those out.
Yeah.
But that's only kind of if you are advanced with the deck already.
Oh, that's a big boy.
It is. Yo, they're getting two big ones out. Holy.
Like, look, we get it. I'm already dead. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Oh, Crimson Dragon. Okay.
They are going in.
Wait, what is Crimson Dragon? Why is it 0-0?
It's going to target another monster and then tag out the Crimson to get another big monster.
Jeez, relax. It's just a game. Like, I've got nothing left.
They are going in. No mercy. And that is the starter Cipher Divine Dragon. Boom, 4K. There you go.
Nice. It's good. Wait,
This
what?
would be where another Typhon would be sick, yeah.
This effect seems crazy. First time each
It is
card
really
you control will be destroyed each turn by battle or card effect. It's just not destroyed.
And it gets even better. Also can negate something
Oh, yeah.
every turn.
Right. Time to
Come on.
win.
Ah! Oh, this is a blaster. We talked about it so much, but
Yeah.
now it's only one level 5 monster.
Yeah. Should we call it a day on this game since I've got 60 seconds left anyway?
Yeah. We can't win this, sadly.
Is it up here? Surrender. There we go. Yeah.
There's the surrender
Okay,
button.
that's fine.
All right, but I think we can also not only wrap up this game, but wrap up the whole coaching session for now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna jam some off stream. So by tomorrow, I'll have at least a little bit. I'll have played enough games to not have just dead drawed in my opening hand. So that'll be good. But thanks a lot. I really appreciate your time. Honestly, it's been a lot of fun learning about, or at least starting to learn about all of this.
It's so much fun for me as well because it like I'm of course like I'm heavily involved in like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh and Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel gaming, and then getting the perspective of beginning players and also like that is a huge skill because sometimes like when you're so in your bubble of competitive mindset and everything, you forget what actually is important for beginners to know and what they need to get and so on and so forth. So for me, it's also like a really nice experience doing this with you guys and with you as well today. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, 100%. I've been in similar spots where I've in some other games I'm involved in, I've found out that like 5% of the player base hit the highest rank.
Yeah,
and you're like, wait, what? 5? You know what I mean? Like, you would assume like, oh, everyone just hits this rank, and it's just not the case, is it? Right? So it's definitely cool to get some different perspectives and see how the dumb people approach the game. Right? It's definitely cool.
You did very well.
Yeah,
you did very well.
It's actually pretty nice that, like I told you, I had a base understanding of like the absolute basic rules, but even with just this time we've had, it's like, oh, I already understand the game like 10x better now, maybe 100x better, honestly, because just having these mechanics explained helps a lot. And I think hopefully helps my chat a lot as well, because all of them are card gamers, so I'm sure some of them are a bit more definitely interested to check out Yu-Gi-Oh, which will be fun.
Wonderful. Yeah, so if chat want to check out Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, there's the exclamation mark Master Duel command in both of our chats. And it's a really good time right now to join because we are starting the Road to Worlds campaign once again. And that means the last qualification process for Worlds is about to happen in a week. And with that, always there is like a 10-day login bonus campaign on Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel, where every day you get something for free. There's like a royal rare, which is the highest rarity, which we pulled today as well multiple times, and then there's gems for free. So if you've never gotten yourself Master Duel, or if you haven't logged in for a while, now is a good time to possibly check it out for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And we'll be back tomorrow, right? So we'll be back tomorrow.
We are.
Are we doing same time tomorrow? Is that
yes.
the plan? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. But yeah, thanks a lot for your time. I do appreciate it.
Same. See you tomorrow. Until then. Bye-bye.